We are live, but hopefully this internet. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're live. We're back.
Bam.
Again.
Katlyn's here.
What's up?
Enough said.
Enough said.
Back another night.
Back at it.
Oh, you might have to scoot this way.
Oh, I can move the camera.
Or we can move the camera.
Or you could keep it a mystery. Who is this Katlyn?
Right?
Why is she important?
A little broomstick here.
The best camera adjuster. I saw a camera that was, I guess a bunch of people use.
Uh-huh.
And it was only like $45.
Was it a nice one?
I guess that's what everyone says is like one of the better like streaming cameras.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a good one. This one's okay for a $30 web camera.
Oh, absolutely. There we go.
Better. We've seen a whole bunch of them in the whole room.
Right? That'd be so
Full
funny.
experience.
Every angle changes like every 10 seconds.
Right.
Or let people control it. So the camera
That'd
just
be
like...
kind of cool. We gotta have GoPros on everyone's head, so it's like first person point of view.
Just like me staring at your dick the whole time.
Forrest. Know how often you did that.
Just the whole time.
So, for the show, every single time we have a new guest, we ask the same question. Have you had any paranormal experiences? And if so, what are they?
So, I have had experiences where if people believed in the paranormal, they would be like, holy shit, you have a demon following you.
Yeah.
But I'm super skeptical.
Right.
And I don't believe in the paranormal world.
Mm-hmm.
I have had 2 episodes of sleep paralysis, and I've had, like, shadow men,
Right.
That's crazy.
like, around my bed when I wake up. And so, like, I did some research, and sleep paralysis is basically, like, where you're paralyzed when you're in your REM cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you wake up, your body still thinks that you're asleep, so that's why you're paralyzed. You're still in your REM cycle, and so that's why you're continuing to have these lucid dreams.
Yeah.
And so one experience, I was at my fiance's old apartment, and I had this dream where my ex hired this guy that looked like Freddy Krueger to come and kill me.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
for real. He had, like, the top hat, like, the knife hands or whatever.
Jesus.
And so I woke up, and this guy, like, is coming out of his bathroom towards me. And I was just frozen, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is real. Like, this
That's
isn't
crazy.
a dream. And then when I came to, he, like, vanished.
So
That's
it's
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're still dreaming, but you're awake and aware?
Yeah,
So the brain's still, like, putting out the whatever the chemical...
Right.
Ooh.
And I just think, like, I mean, I'm not going to put it past, because I've seen your show where a lot of people actually do believe in these experiences, and, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, they're wrong, because they do honestly believe that. So
Right.
that's cool. Like, I'm fine with that, but this is just my personal
No, and I
belief.
think it's good to have... Because I would, speaking for myself, and I think Forrest too, like, we're still super skeptical, even
Right.
hearing tons of stories and even experiencing some things where we're like, what the fuck?
What's going on? But the shadow men that I see, I did some research, and it's basically the same thing, but you're not in a REM cycle. So you're not paralyzed, you just kind of wake up and see, oh shit, this thing.
Right.
Right.
That's wild.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes too, I think the mind does just like to play tricks on you.
Exactly.
If you start, I think you were the one talking about it, like, if you sit there, like, if you believe so much and think something's going to happen, your mind will make something happen.
Exactly. For sure. I think neuroscience is just so deep, and I feel like scientists have just scratched the surface. Like, the human brain is just so complex that we don't know what's really going on up there.
I would love to be able to talk to, like, a full-blown, like, neurosurgeon. Just
Be like, what the fuck is going on?
have him ruin my brain talking about brains.
For sure.
Or maybe he knows some crazy shit for you to do.
Right.
Well, you've heard about, like, those cases where they, like, do surgery and they have someone, like, play the guitar, like, play the violin while they're doing the surgery just to make sure they can keep, like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but they're...
It's weird.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, like they're awake while their brain's being operated on. And they
make
keep
them
doing
like,
something.
type or, like, do something.
To see the brain, like, working.
Right. Make sure
Yeah.
they don't fuck anything up either, I imagine.
Yeah, it's like if they're just stopping.
Right. Like, oh, don't
Oh,
put
shit.
that.
Well, hopefully you didn't like playing the violin that much.
Right.
Hopefully this wasn't your career choice.
Time to pick up soccer.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think there's ever gonna? Can't remember. We were talking to someone about this, but they're starting to do what's it called? Where a woman gets pregnant and they're able to go in and put genes and like basically morph into
Like designer babies.
yeah, like designer
Like
babies.
Chrissy Teigen, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard about that. That's
Because like that kind of scares me too, like for a lot of different reasons. Because you could do really bad things as well as like create like somewhat of like a superhuman type of thing. Like not like have superpowers, but like let's say you wanted a kid that is gonna go into professional sports. Give them a whole bunch of genes that are like strong, built, muscular, tall. All these
for
different.
sure.
I think that's kind of weird.
When you were saying that, this is gonna sound weird, but it reminded me of like Nazi Germany. Like for
Yeah.
real, like they
Yeah.
did shit like that to find like the super.
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah. And I don't think we should be doing things like that.
Man, maybe we'll finally have real superheroes though.
Yeah, we're like 8 years away from Captain America being a fucking thing.
That'd be cool. If they can do it later, I want to fly or something. So
Right. Yeah, what if it just ends up not being like super like superhero movies, but we just have like random superpowers? Forrest can jump 18 feet in the air. Why? I don't know, he wanted to.
I'm down.
If you could have a superpower, like what would it be?
Probably
There's so many
teleportation.
good ones.
I think that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
I never know. There's
Like
so many I want.
I feel like I could do everything I want. I could do like if I needed to rob a bank, probably be pretty easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Travel wherever I want. Like I'd have a pretty unique, interesting life.
For sure.
Until Samuel L. Jackson comes after you.
Yeah, until the anti-jumper society comes after me.
I've seen that goddamn movie.
Yeah, have you seen that movie?
Jumper?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's pretty good. Except Hayden Christensen, because he's not a good actor.
No.
Goddamn Anakin.
He tries. He puts an effort, but
That's how you can tell is because he tries to.
right. It's true. What about you? What would be your superpower?
Everyone says mine's wasted, but I would love to speak and understand every language.
That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet. Yeah.
Right.
What'd you pick?
I have no idea.
I want you to be super strong.
Me.
Yeah.
Just like this body, but I'm strong as fuck.
Yeah.
That would throw people off.
You
I'm
just
down.
go-
Just at the gym, just go there just to mess with people. Put them all on. Put all the weights on.
You put them all on, and then you just lift a whole entire like machine.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Have you seen that? Those bodybuilders that go to that tiny little city to make themselves feel better.
No,
I saw a video about it today. It's fucking hilarious.
that's a thing.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Wait, so is everything like super small in the
Yeah,
city?
it's like a tiny little, like everything's small.
So they like gotta move and adjust to get indoors.
I'll show you. Well, they just kind of hang out outside. It seemed like, but
Oh my god.
see, they just hang out in this tiny little city. Just
Bro, I'm as big as a house, bro.
like I don't know why, but they just hang out in this small little village. Someone said they wanted a whole TV show about this.
Who wouldn't? That's great.
He's on a little motorcycle? What?
Why is this a thing?
I don't know. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know. I just want to go there. Just all these bodybuilders.
Bro, we can move the house, bro.
They're just riding around on tiny things in a tiny village.
Oh, I need to do the social medias. Do you care if I tag you on Facebook?
Go for it.
Oh, God. Have you had to... Sorry. Breathe in when I drink that. Did you do any new pulls lately?
Not in the past, like, 2 days, but I did a bunch early in the week. I can go over those.
Yeah, I get curious. I don't see them. No Facebook.
Well, I want to know because you told me you had interesting viewpoints
That's
on
true.
a lot of different things, and obviously, the ghost and paranormal one. I think a lot of people like won't admit it, but they are still skeptical because it's just with everyone having cell phones that can record perfectly, and everyone like going out and finding shit. There's never been like this like that one thing where people are like, oh fuck,
Right.
like that's for real.
Well, they say the cruise ship one, where like that guy who saw the UFO on the cruise ship. Have you heard of that?
Oh, I didn't see that.
And you look at it and it's all blurry, and you're like, no, like that's not proof. But
Yeah.
this person and everyone that's on this cruise ship was like, yeah, that's proof.
Right.
God damn it.
Well, because like if Forrest walked outside and saw a UFO in the sky with his iPhone 10, he's gonna be able to record a perfect video as long as he's not shaking.
Right.
I'm
he's
like,
gonna see the whole.
oh my god.
But all the videos we ever see are in countries where they're still using flip phones.
Right.
And they're like, it looks like a goddamn potato is recording the sky. Like, that's not proof.
Right.
And obviously, editing, people have gotten way better.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Also, Photoshop too. Like.
that's true.
Yeah.
You never know what's fucking real or not.
Right.
Yeah, we got a guy who watches us who's really good at photoshopping, and he makes us some funny shit. Last night we had Jordan on, and he photoshopped Jordan's face on Girl from Titanic when she's getting painted, and then put my face as a sensor over her nipple, and it just that's gonna go over social media.
10 out of 10. It was good.
10 out of 10.
What else did he do? Oh yeah, did you turn you into a gnome?
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
Just for fun.
It was good though. So I'm shitty at Photoshop, which may make it funnier though. Like really awful Photoshops.
Just do it on Paint. That's the best way to Photoshop something. You want
Right?
to be shitty at it. Just do it on Paint.
Right? Then just perfect. I was gonna look something up and I just totally forgot.
So what's your outlook on aliens? Like, have they visited? Do you believe in them?
I think it's kind of ignorant to say you don't believe in life that's out there just because of how big our universe is.
Right.
But I don't think that they've visited Earth just because, I don't know, Stephen Hawking, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He said something along the lines that if aliens were to discover Earth, all they would want is our resources. So they wouldn't come in peace, they would just want everything. And
Yeah.
just
Right.
basically bleed us dry. And so, I don't know, I just have a hard time believing that aliens have visited Earth.
Right. And there's so many opinions, too, out in the world. Like, you know, different people think, like, oh, they have visited us, but we have, like, trade deals with them.
Goddamn lizard overlords.
Yeah.
We're really just lizard people.
Right? Fucking Mark Zuckerberg, the lizard person.
The king lizard.
I keep seeing memes about it constantly. Anything good on the news lately? Haven't looked today.
Probably not.
Probably something about Trump.
Yeah, usually.
Putin.
That
how it
seems
goes.
to be the only shit people want to talk about.
Police shootings, Trump. Well, conspiracy.
To Jared Fogle.
What?
Seeks $57 million new trial after claiming federal conspiracy against him.
What?
Jared
We knew those pants were fake.
You were never fat.
You skinny bitch. Is there a conspiracy section on?
Have y'all heard of BuzzFeed Unsolved?
No.
Mm-mm.
I hate BuzzFeed when it comes to their, like,
Yeah.
other stupid shit, but this one's actually decent because they go over, like, unsolved crimes, like, conspiracy theories, like, paranormal, and one guy is, like, totally skeptical, and then the other guy, like, totally believes.
Everything. So you kind of
Everything.
got both point of views.
It's so good. It's, I don't know, it's interesting.
That's super cool.
But
I'll
they
have
go
to check
over,
it
like,
out.
the JFK, like, and when they go to, like, paranormal sites, they've gone to the Sally House, like, the Mexican Doll Island, like, they go to asylums, and it's
Right.
so fun. It's actually hilarious just because of their dynamic.
They should get off BuzzFeed.
Yeah, they actually have a deal with, like, Amazon Prime, but, like, BuzzFeed pays for production, so.
Huh.
So I was going to say BuzzFeed, like, anytime you usually see BuzzFeed, you just like, oh,
Skip.
yeah,
Yeah.
these people
Click,
again.
next.
Marijuana is racist as fuck.
That made my whole entire body hurt. Like, saying marijuana is a racial term.
For real?
And it's that was a BuzzFeed article.
Because it's like,
That marijuana is
I don't know.
racist to say.
how is it racist?
I don't know. Some little,
That's what BuzzFeed said.
some small brown
Has to
fella
be
on
true.
BuzzFeed. He's like, stop saying marijuana because it's racist as fuck. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna say it more.
Right.
Just kidding. Oh, any good conspiracies? I didn't even know there was a conspiracy section on Reddit, but there's everything on Reddit.
How do you guys feel about the JFK shooting?
Oh, it was for sure not what they said.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know where I sit. Like, I am pretty sure that what's his butt was there and did shoot, but there was either multiple shooters or it was planned by the government.
I don't
All
think
of the above.
I think the CIA, but I also think it was the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Because he was signing that bill to get rid of the Federal Reserve, and they're like,
Yeah.
hold up,
Yeah.
no, America's a powerhouse, you ain't doing that shit.
Yeah. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Let's get rid of him real quick.
Yeah, and then Lyndon B. Johnson's like, oh, no, that wasn't happening.
Right.
No.
Well, and the big one that I just don't see how people can believe is, like, the bullet.
The magic bullet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't... That's not how physics. Like,
Right.
it doesn't just bounce around.
I like, because I learned this in the BuzzFeed Unsolved, the Umbrella Man. How
Oh.
he had his umbrella open and then it was closed, and people actually think like he had the umbrella gun,
Oh,
and he shot
God.
him with like whole like James Bond shit.
Damn. Goddamn Umbrella Man.
What's that new kind of James Bond where it's like this British Secret Service?
Kingsman?
Yeah, Kingsman.
Oh, God.
Was it a Kingsman guy? 'Cause they have the umbrella gun.
Yeah, he does, and it's
Jesus.
bulletproof. That movie's dope.
I did actually like that movie.
It's like super cheesy, but it's funny.
I saw the trailer for it and I was like, I don't know.
It's one of those, like, if you see it on TV and you have nothing else going on, it's fun to watch.
Do that, okay.
Yeah.
Entertaining.
JT8 or 98120 said Lee Harvey Oswald is a lizard man. Case closed.
Oh well,
You solved it.
case closed. You broke through and figured it out.
Open and closed case, Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't think it was just Lee Harvey Oswald was like, hey, I'm just going to go kill the president.
Right.
Because there's just... I don't think that's...
Even though he hated America and he was like on Russia's team, like
Yeah.
what was the point
Yeah.
of him killing the president? And why was the Secret Service like, oh, we're gonna go on this like road where there's like shit ton of turns, and
Right.
we can't get security everywhere. This is a
Right.
good idea.
Yeah, I
Like-
think he got paid off and...
For sure. And then he got shot by that cop who then later killed himself.
Yeah.
It's...
So
Plus, I mean, besides the Federal Reserve, JFK was making lots of power moves that all the rest of the government was like,
hold up.
yeah, you need to stop. Well, and also a lot of people think that Marilyn Monroe was actually assassinated by the government too, because
Keep her quiet.
yeah,
Because she was sleeping with him.
yeah, and there was like reports of Kennedy like telling her shit like, oh, you wouldn't believe, and like, you know, obviously if Marilyn Monroe, probably the biggest celebrity of the time, went out in the news and was like, hey, this is what I heard, it would cause a whole bunch more controversy.
Make a good movie and it would be like Deadly Pillow Talk.
Right?
It would be like their story about their affair.
Man, I saw some
Tragedy.
shit today.
Right? You would not believe what he told me last night.
Well, and the fact that Trump wanted to release it and the CIA was like,
Hmm.
hold on, and he's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I want him to one day just randomly like release some shit about aliens, like Trump, you can't do that. Ah, yep, I'm going to.
Yeah. Haha, fuck off.
China.
I don't like really talking much politics, but we live in an interesting time right now for politics.
It's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
No,
Like, I
it-
enjoy it. It's so entertaining.
It used to be like, you know, people took it serious, and now it's just a shit show to watch.
Exactly.
I laugh more when they talk about politics, and I'm like, oh, that's a good point, you know?
Right.
Like, oh, he fucking said that?
Right?
My friend was like, oh, it's going to be Oprah 2020. I was like, then it's going to be Maury 2024.
Right.
So
You're not the father.
sweet. I'm down. Hello, Austin. We're doing great.
Yeah, fantastic, my dude. Yeah, I saw something. It was Oprah Rock 2020 or something like that.
She confirmed that she wasn't running, but
Probably a good call.
still. Hillary's going to be our next president.
Unless she gets
You
too
think?
old and has a
Yeah.
stroke.
She's gonna try. She's gonna try.
Old,
She's not in good health, though.
old Bill's back.
Get him back in there for a little bit more NAFTA.
He's
He's-
always on something though, like that video where the balloons are coming down, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Him and old George W. George W. is always flirting with Michelle Obama.
Oh God.
It's fucking hilarious. He was trying to dance with her in that one. Yeah. True. But yeah. That'd be hilarious. Bill Clinton's the first man of the country. Old Slick Willie.
I just like how like there's all these allegations against Clinton, like,
Yeah.
and he's like, no, I didn't do all that.
No.
I did not have sexual relations. It's like, hey, Bill, you did though.
You did.
You did.
I want him
remember
to
there
become
was,
the
like-
first man and do it again.
I remember there was a Saturday Night Live that I watched when I was like, I don't know, it was a long fucking time ago, but it's this actor comes out and like clearly he was like smoking weed and he's like, I did not smoke weed in that room.
God damn.
Joe Biden 2020? Oh, Lord.
No, yay.
God.
Hard
Kanye.
pass. Yeah, Kanye 2020.
That would be fun.
I think he said, or was it just him
It was his
memeing?
wife,
Oh, his wife?
Kim.
That'd be hilarious.
I would love
Kanye
it.
for president. I'm down. That'll make
Every day is National Kanye West is Jesus Day.
The national anthem is now, oh, what's a good song? by
Jesus
Kanye?
walks. Kanye West. Hey, you gotta say it every day before class.
Oh no.
That'd be so good.
He'd just be in that White House wilding out.
Yeah, he would. I would want him to be like on social media like Trump is
Oh, yeah.
all day long, like Snapchats. We in the building, and he's just like spinning around the office.
Just making weird noises like he did in that one video you showed me.
Yeah. He might be like going insane though.
I think he's been going insane for years.
Yeah.
He married Kim, so that was kind of like
Yeah.
probably his breaking point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to. I know they have all the money and power they probably could ever have, but being involved with that family's got to be just draining.
Well, he's like, I don't think he's really present with them,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
weird. Well, it would make sense because he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the rumor that he heard, and like I think it's true, is when they're filming
It's so
the
funny.
Kardashian show or whatever,
Uh-huh.
he crawls around the cameras to avoid being on. But he's still there because, like, obviously, like,
He's so funny. They're like filming Kanye's like crawling,
Right.
trying just getting a sandwich. Don't mind me.
yeah,
That'd be good. I would
Apparently-
watch that show.
yeah, I would too.
Kanye ducking.
Yeah. Apparently Kanye has his own cameras too for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kai was telling me so. Like they're filming Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and for some reason Kanye has people filming him. So I don't know what he's filming himself for, but
He's gonna release. He's gonna release behind the scenes in like a year.
When
Just
he's
gonna-
going like bankrupt
Yeah.
because of his clothing brand, and he's like, "Fuck, release this."
just a bunch of girls crying.
While they're eating their salads, like he's like,
Yeah.
calling her.
Don't need a limited run of Yeezys. But he's such a humble guy. Yeah, he's humble like 30% of the time.
What do you mean? 10 maybe.
He did maybe. Hurt
No.
first, Jazz versus Sixers in the NBA Finals. Bet. I'll take that bet.
No, I thought you were saying BET, Black Entertainment Channel.
Oh, best channel.
Did you guys see that video at like Kanye's concert where he wanted that guy in the wheelchair to stand up and he's like, "I'm not continuing this concert until you stand up." Have you guys not seen that? Oh
No.
my god, it's hilarious.
I'm not
Like he refused to continue his concert until this guy in the wheelchair stood up, and then like 15 minutes later passed and he's like, "I did not know he was in a wheelchair."
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Only Kanye.
My favorite is is it Waka Flocka? I think that's who it is. That's dancing with the sign language person.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, shit. God.
Waka Flocka is hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
He's a wild fella.
Yeah. Shouts out to the wheelchair bound man. Should have stood.
Yeah, should have stood.
And then I would have believed Jesus is Kanye. Like, you are him.
Right.
You made that wheelchair man stand.
Or my fiance was telling me about this video where Kim was getting like robbed in Paris,
Mhm.
and he was having a concert, and like he's on that elevated stage, and he just like stops singing, and the stage like slowly goes back.
I knew he shut down his concert. That's fucking
But
hilarious.
like, could you just imagine like watching that concert and then
He's just standing there awkwardly.
I would like to think that he's getting quieter as he's going back. Like he's still
Sing.
like singing, and he's just going a little, and then it like, disappears in the back. It's like,
It's
oh,
like, Oh, I guess that was part of it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Kanye. Being weird.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect anything less, though.
Mm-mm.
He's one of the
If
funniest
Kanye
people.
acted normal, I would be worried.
Right?
I'd be like, oh, are you okay? Like,
He showed back up in his pink polo.
yeah.
Could you imagine if it was like all an act too? Like you met him and he's just like, "Hey, how are you? Like, what are you up to?"
Who's this guy? I was expecting you to tell me to fuck myself and walk away. Like,
Right.
what is this? I'd be kind of disappointed. A little bit.
Have you seen that Vine? This one's actually really funny, where Kanye's like, "I do not respect the disrespect the paparazzi," and then this one paparazzi's like, "Hey Kanye, good morning," and he's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I saw a video where Kanye broke up a paparazzi fight. Like, two paparazzi people are at the airport just fighting for some reason, and Kanye shows up out of nowhere and stops the fight. I was like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no shit, the paparazzi's fighting, and then Kanye comes out of the crowd and just stops a fight.
You know how weird that would be? Like, just picture yourself like you're fighting with someone, like over something, and the person who breaks up the fight is just Kanye West. Like,
I'm like,
oh, I'm not even mad anymore.
Good point, Kanye.
Yeah.
right? Have you seen the video where that guy's breaking up a fight and he just gives the people pizza?
No.
They're like just fist fighting, and then it's like outside of a restaurant, and he just, hey, stop, and then he opens up a box of pizza, like, have one, and then they both take a slice of pizza and stop fighting.
Hey, well, if anything's gonna stop an argument, it's probably pizza.
Probably pizza.
I was like, that guy knows what he's doing.
If I wasn't a brawl and Kanye said knock it off,
Yeah.
it'd be so cool. I'd be like, oh. And he like gives like this big motivational speech, like how we shouldn't be fighting. He'd be like,
For like
Alright,
3
Kanye.
hours. 3 hours later.
Right.
The fuck you talking about, Kanye?
What'd you say? Now I want to fight you.
Yeah.
Get in a fight with Kanye?
You lost me at Diamonds Are Forever like 2.5 hours ago, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You started talking about Kim.
I'd be like, you know what? You right, Kanye.
I want to be Kanye's therapist. I want to hear some shit that goes on.
Fuck.
Have you heard, like, there's also where that guy took that giant banner of Kim fucking Ray J to one of Kanye's concerts. He got kicked out, but still.
That's a
like,
classic.
Right.
Damn.
Bold.
Yeah, bold indeed.
Bold.
Bold moves, sir.
What a cool guy.
Those are the power moves I can respect.
Right? Man. I wish Kanye would have been just laughing.
Right? Well, we were talking about it last night. Didn't he say something in like one of his new songs that,
Yeah, they'd be friends.
yeah, him and Ray J would be friends, except he's rich or something like that? Like Kanye said, like, oh, except I'm rich.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. That's,
Cool.
why bring that up? That's kind of awkward.
Sloppy second, so.
Yeah, right? Well, it's actually like force.
I think he was.
Reggie Bush,
No,
several other.
that basketball player she was married to for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was just 72 days.
Oh, yeah.
It was less than that. You're
Yeah.
giving her way too much credit.
Yeah, I was.
6 months.
6 months. Good one.
Yeah.
Who was it? What basketball player?
I don't remember. Kanye made a song about him, too, where he said, I should have Jay-Z drop him from the team. Something.
Oh. That's
Then he had
Salty.
this,
right. Super salty.
right? And then he made the song about Taylor Swift. It's like, I made that bitch famous.
Oh, yeah.
Then there was that whole, like, conspiracy about how she didn't give him permission to say that, but she did, and Kim recorded it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
It's a goddamn song, deal with it.
Yeah.
Celebrities. The life of a celebrity. That's what you have to worry about.
I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift.
No.
I just can't. Like,
She thinks she's all tough and cool now.
it's like. So it took you 4 albums of
Garbage.
all your exes realizing you're probably crazy?
Yeah.
Because, like, I understand, like, you know, if a guy breaks up with you or a girl breaks up with you, like, oh, shit. Maybe it was their fault.
Mm-hmm.
If, like, 82 people break up with you, it's probably you.
You need
like,
some serious help.
yeah, like, it's not always them if it's that many.
Right.
You don't know. Just kidding.
Maybe you should just manage to get 82 just horrible people to date.
Maybe. I would. No,
Didn't
definitely
you
not.
date, like, John Mayer, though?
Just dated everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
First of all, John Mayer, sweetie.
Yeah,
No.
that was a bad call. That was on you.
Yeah.
You should have known.
You should have known. Have you heard his songs?
Yeah,
Yikes.
he's there for one thing and one thing only.
Right?
To sing you a good night song.
And what was the age difference between them anyway?
I'd have been a lot because she was young.
Yeah.
She had to have been like 20, 21, 19 maybe.
What would you say is like the limit of like that's disgusting?
We're talking like post 18, right? Because
Yeah.
everything before 18. If
Is-
you're older than like 19,
Not in
and
Mormon
you're-
culture.
wow, Mormon culture.
So John Mayer's 40 now.
Oh, gross.
Taylor Swift's 28. So.
Oh, what? It says right there? Oh, that's
Yeah.
convenient. Okay, so 12 years. That's quite a bit.
See, I don't know, because like I think in your 20s, 5 or 6 years would be kind of weird. Anything more might be like, you guys grew up completely different.
Right.
Yeah.
10, definitely weird.
So 12 was weird, is what you're saying here?
Yeah, 12 is
That
definitely
was
weird.
weird.
Old Ed Sheeran. Why'd they use that picture of Katy Perry? Gross.
Well, when you hear people say like how hot Johnny Depp is, and I'm like,
Hey, he looks good for being
he's
50 something.
old though, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
crazy.
How old is he? Oh, shit.
It's probably like he's around my dad's age, like 54.
Yep.
Damn.
Perfect.
Right on.
Tom Cruise at 55? Jeez.
Brad Pitt's 54.
God damn.
They're-
These are the lizard people.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
Like,
They're not aging.
what the fuck? Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Like he's the one that.
How old is he?
He looks
he's
exactly.
saying he's probably 54.
He looks exactly the same.
Oh, jeez.
He did in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, just a little less hair.
Oh, look at it. There it is.
Oh yeah, the
God.
1875 one. Like he doesn't look any different.
But he's such a good person. He
Oh,
deserves.
I-
He deserves to stay young.
Have you heard all the tragedy behind his life too?
Like his sister. and,
Yeah.
he was like
His
homeless.
wife
Yeah.
and poor dude.
People
Why'd it show
doing too much
Nicolas
shit.
Cage?
Oh.
Nicolas Cage is also a vampire. He has that old picture of someone that looks exactly like him.
How old
Does
is
he?
he? They're probably all like 54.
I guess I can get out of photos. I already know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Damn, they're all this exact same age. Damn.
Sylvester Stallone is 71.
Yep, he's an old timer now.
Oh, dear.
I didn't realize that. He's still.
Damn,
he
a
doesn't
whole
look
bunch of
awful
old.
for
Doesn't look awful,
71.
But how much of it is surgery too?
Probably a lot.
Surgery and like Botox.
Wait, Liam Neeson's 65?
I think he's been 65 forever.
Yeah.
Has he
true.
ever not been old?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Steven Seagal. Oh God.
Chuck Norris is almost 80.
Chuck Norris defies time. All he does is work out on his sponsored machine or whatever it is that he sells.
Right? No, not the bees. What are you?
That's the Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
meme, not the bees. Keanu the goat. My mom is older than Keanu. Oh, fuck.
I'm low-key 45. You guys have just been fooled by my money privilege.
I would be impressed if you were 45.
Yeah. Just bunch of-
Dominic Swain? I don't know. Dominique Swain? I don't know who that is.
I don't know how half these fucking people are. Jackie Chan's 63 now. Old Jackie.
Isn't getting old weird? Like older?
I hate it.
Yeah, I do too.
I miss being a kid and like just being like, I'm gonna go play outside today.
Right, exactly.
I have garbage to do.
Right?
Go ride my bike. Right, like,
Look at some rocks.
Yeah.
Have a snack. Take a nap.
Sounds like the life.
right?
That's what you should start doing, Leslie. That should be your life again.
Yeah. Just wear just children's clothing.
God
Riding
damn it.
Small bikes.
I just come over and you have your bike locked up out front. The fuck's bike is that?
It's mine.
You have a car.
It's my Mongoose 2004.
Oh
Don't
God.
touch it.
You got some mag wheels I see on there.
Right. It's for ages 9 to 13. Yeah. It works.
Get over it.
Yeah. Cry about it.
Man. What else is a weird one?
Arnold just had like a heart attack or some shit.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
Probably. Well, about time with all those roids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 years old.
He was the governor.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, he governed over like probably the hardest state to govern.
I remember it went kind of to hell.
Yeah, it
too.
did.
Yeah, especially when he started hooking up with his maid or whatever.
Arnold did?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Everyone was like, Arnold. It's kind of weird,
You're a
dude.
good guy.
Yeah. Playing
Yeah.
in the Masters. Oh
yeah, Tiger was playing today. My grandpa loves golf and Tiger.
Well,
I don't know why, but he does.
if you just ignore the fact that he likes to bang prostitutes and take lots of opioids.
No, he doesn't give a fuck what they look like either. You know, you think like Tiger Woods, he could probably slay some hot chicks, but nope. I saw the pictures. Some of them were just disgusting waitresses.
And then his wife like beat the hell out of him, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I fell."
Right,
No
yeah.
big deal.
With a fucking golf club, too. Chased him down, like, his whole entire driveway, bashing his car with a golf club.
He deserved it.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
fine.
For sure.
She made a lot of money, too, when she divorced him.
Oh sure.
It was like $70 million or something crazy like that. I was like, oh, fuck.
I guess that's she deserves that. Good for her. Putting
Right?
up with that shit.
Tiger and my dad got a lot in common. Shout outs. God damn it, Austin. Rip the dream. So let's talk religion, because I want to hear your
Oh,
point of views, because...
I guess disclaimer. Like I said, you can believe whatever the hell you want to believe as long as you don't hurt people or like hurt their property. That's cool. 'Cause
Unless it's something different than the Mormon religion.
Oh, no. Because I don't know. You hear like a lot of these people like going to these like homosexuals' funerals and like protesting them, and it's like, come on, like shit ain't cool.
Yeah.
But I'm a nihilist. I think life is meaningless, and I have the definition. I had to put this all on my phone because I'm like, I'm not gonna memorize this shit.
Yeah.
But so the definition of a nihilist is the rejection of all religions and moral principles, often in belief that life is meaningless. And a lot of the synonyms are like negativity, pessimism, and you could take it that way. Like I know, like this being wasn't like, hey, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Like
Right.
I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna be like sad and depressed and not do anything. I'm just gonna do like spend time with people I love, and like travel the world and just have a good life.
Right. So yeah, because I know when people associate with that, they always think like, oh, those people are just always like down, depressed. And it's like, not really. They
I mean,
just
you
don't.
can be,
Right.
but
It's just more.
what's the point?
Yeah.
So like I have this quote too by Marcus Aurelius, and he was like huge, like, and this is like Greek mythology and shit, but he basically said, live a good life. If there are gods and they are just, then they will not care how devout you have been, but will welcome you based on the virtues you have lived by. If there are gods but unjust, then you shouldn't want to worship them. If there are no gods, then you will be gone, but will have lived a noble life and will live on with the memories of your loved ones. And I love that because it's like, yeah, if there's a God, he's not going to care that I drink or that, like, you
Right.
know, I've had premarital sex or, like, you know, all
Yeah.
that shit. He's just going to be like, hey, you're a good person. You helped out this person. Yeah, come on in. But if there's a God and he's like, oh, you did this. Fuck you. You're
Yeah.
going to hell. Like, why would you want to follow him? But
Right.
if you're a good person and you just die and you're gone, what's
Yeah.
the difference than before you lived?
Exactly. Yeah, no, because I don't really know, I don't have like something that I would fall under, I guess, but,
Right.
you know, I don't believe in a higher power, don't think there's anything out there, and I don't follow any, like, people's,
Right.
what's, like, beliefs or, like, how you should live your life, because just live it how you want.
Well, when I grew up LDS, and you guys probably thought in high school that I was probably like the good Mormon girl. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what people thought of me in high school, but like I went to seminary.
Yeah.
I always got seminary like before lunch or fourth period so I could like ditch, or early morning so I could sleep in. But I never went. And high school is like when you're trying to figure out where you stand. And I don't know if you guys know Zach Ward.
Yeah.
So I went to coffee with him one time, and I was kind of on the border. And he's like, Katlyn, what don't you agree with in the Mormon church? And I told him all these things, and he's like, how can you believe in something when you think there's one thing wrong with it? And I was like, holy shit. So I went from that Mormon to agnostic. I actually had a phase where I was a Satanist. Well, because like a Satanist is like just an atheist, but you use Satan as a symbol. Like
Right.
I didn't like worship animals. Let's get that out there.
Yeah.
But because when I first met my fiance, that's like the first thing I told him, because he's like, what do not a lot of people know about you? And I was like, oh, I'm a Satanist. Oh god.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, no, like a lot of people get that wrong, because there are Satan worshippers that do fucked up shit, but
Absolutely.
that wasn't me. But now I'm a nihilist. I'm just like, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. I still find it weird that people don't live their lives.
Exactly.
They live the lives that they're told to live.
Right, and that's kind of nihilism. It's like, why do you let religion, science, moral values, ideology govern the way you live your life? Why can't you just, try to be the best you?
Right. So on a deeper question here, has that belief ruined any, like, past friendships or, like family stuff?
I don't know. I not that I know of.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of in a relationship where he didn't want me to distance myself, or he wanted me to distance myself with my friends, and now this relationship that I'm in is better. But I lost a lot of my friends during that relationship, so I mean, my friends now kind of know who I am, so I haven't really lost anyone.
Well, that's good, because, like, I hear about that, like, especially around here, people who were, like, grew up LDS, had LDS family, had LDS friends, and then, like, they started, doing some self-realization that wasn't for them.
Right.
And then they lose everybody.
Which is so sad.
Yeah.
And my parents had a hard time with it. They weren't mad. Like, they were mad at me. They didn't, like, hate me or kick me out or anything. They just had a hard time with it. But I think once they realized, like, oh, she's not, like, sacrificing goats or, like, babies. Like, they've actually opened up a lot more, which is crazy. Like, their views and, like, how they see things. They just know it's all about love. But they're still LDS, and, like, I just think that's what religion should be about if you follow a religion. Just love.
Just, yeah. Too many people judge. It's because I think they're scared.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I have a really good friend right now that's trans, female to male, that's actually going to be at my wedding, my bridesman. And he just goes through a lot. Like, lost family, and it hurts my heart. Like, it sucks.
I bet. I can only imagine. Because something like that, too, is still fresh for a lot of people to, like, wrap their minds around. So people who've never experienced it probably just think, like, ooh, I don't know what to do. And then that's when they distance themselves.
Well, to me, it's like, okay, you don't know about this thing. Why don't you do your research for yourself,
Or, like, just do what I do. Like, oh, hey,
cool.
How are you?
Are you a good person? Cool.
Yeah, as long as you're not a shitty person, I'm down. Like,
you don't kick puppies? Great.
Right. Exactly. You don't kick puppies. That should be the judge, like, for everything. Like, did you kick a puppy before? Maybe one. Shitty person.
I kick all the puppies.
Have you guys seen that Rick and Morty? Do you guys watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Where they're like, him and Summer, like, super buff, and that guy, like, pulls his puppy and they like, beat the shit out of him. That's how I feel, like, when someone hurts a puppy.
Right.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of them.
No, I think we just live in a weird cultured area.
We do.
It's getting better, though. Slowly, but it's getting better.
Yeah, I would say we've improved.
OG3AMB. Love that guy. My grandparents disowned me when I wasn't going to be Mormon. Fucking shout-outs for Card Family. You guys are fucking shitbags.
The OG homie Sam B.
Oh, yeah. Sam Bingham. Yep. Love him. Love him to death. Yep.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Now, there's been some people that we went to school with, too, that going through. And
A lot of stuff, yeah.
going through transitioning, too.
Yeah. Jamie,
yeah.
I think goes by Jamie Oliver now.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of my friends, too. Like, it's weird because I was friends with, like, a lot of homosexuals in high school. Like, well, I don't know if you guys know Alex Duenas.
Yeah.
He wasn't out when we were friends.
Right.
And it's weird because I kind of knew, but he told me, no, I'm not gay. So when people would ask me because I was his best friend, I'd be like, no, of course not. But, like, I kind of knew, but because he was my friend, I didn't want to be like, oh,
yeah.
Like,
right. Guys, I think you're dropping some frames. Yeah, our internet goes in and out sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm here.
Right.
It does internet things. I don't know what to do about it. Call Xfinity.
Yeah. It's ever since the damn net neutrality.
Call the scientists. Get them here now.
Yeah. Whole team of scientists, please. Yeah, I don't know what the cause is, guys, but it happens. My internet. Oh shit! Yeah, that's true. My dad's internet he was complaining before I left. He's like,
Dude, it's a net neutrality. It's bad.
Google Fiber needs to get their shit together.
I wish.
Come here, get a monopoly. I don't care.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
care.
guys do that for sure, because just give the good internet.
Right.
The guest made a good call, not sitting on Forest side.
I so they don't get roasted.
Yeah, if it's a single guest and they sit over there, you just get roasted by the chat
And I don't know why.
because it's the left seat, and left seat's bad seat, I guess.
That is
I don't-
sadist.
I don't. Yeah, right. I don't know why it's a thing, but
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about ideology?
like
Republican, Democrat.
I sit in neither. I just like have opinions on all the subjects, so I
Right.
don't really.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah, who cares?
I think it's gonna split the
Again?
United States. No, like I think it's gonna split the United States eventually if people don't start.
Another civil war.
Yeah. If
Awesome.
right. If people don't start fucking getting along, like
I'll just be on the government's team. Like, let's be honest.
honestly, yeah. Which
have
team's
all
gonna
that.
have the military? I'm gonna hang out with those guys.
You guys got tanks, right? Okay, I'm on.
Yeah. I guess I'm with you.
It's funny because people are like worried about like this China takeover because we owe them like how much money.
Yeah,
So-
trillions.
My fiance's in the Air Force, so it's like okay, I'm good there. And then I have a sister-in-law that's Chinese, so I'm like,
Hey.
hey,
You
I'm
got
good.
both sides. It would be kind of weird because, like, I don't necessarily think that we would ever have an invasion on our soil, but
That'd be cool.
it'd be an interesting thing because, like, it's never really happened, like, an actual, like, boots on ground invasion.
Right.
And, like, you're hitting California, which is the most densely populated areas, or you're going to go East Coast, which would be weird.
Like DC, New York.
Yeah, which would probably be like the smart thing to
I
do.
guess we're pretty safe here, so
Yeah,
like, who cares about Utah?
yeah.
Whatever.
They can see that welcome to Utah sign, like
Let's bake them cookies.
Yeah.
We're all nice here, right?
they're like, we'll just skip over those guys.
I want an invasion. That'd be sweet. Mix things up a bit. My life's way too easy right now.
It's true,
Get drafted.
right?
Like, okay.
Need some things.
You'll
to
lose
pop
like a
off.
leg and be that crazy guy.
Yeah, I'll hang out on the freeway after it's all over. You won't believe, like Lieutenant Dan. Yeah, Lieutenant Dan. Drones? Oh, you're talking about the military? I was like, I don't have a drone, so
Yeah, I'll take a drone. They look cool.
yeah.
They're a little out of my price range. Unless they remember what they did with the Topaz camp.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that is so fucked
Yeah.
That was bad. Yeah, hopefully they don't remember that. Fuck.
Like, wait a minute. I feel like there's something we're forgetting about Utah. Oh, yeah.
Those fucking assholes.
It's like we're just like, oh god.
We were gonna walk past.
So close, we were so close.
Yeah, it's fucked up. We basically have concentration camps.
Yeah.
Oh, but we were nice to them and we
Yeah.
let them do things.
Right. They just couldn't leave and they had
Yeah.
a
If
bedtime.
they tried to leave, we would shoot them.
Yeah. Lights out at 8 p.m.
I was just thinking of your poll you had the other day about like regulating
Yeah.
what you see. And have you guys seen like Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Where they like try to put fluoride in the water and they're like, it causes like communist thoughts.
Right.
And I'm like thinking, what if like people actually believe that shit like that they read?
It's true.
I think there's a lot of people in America who do because they are extremely uneducated.
My grandpa was watching Fox News the other day. I was like, oh, he's believing this for sure.
Yeah. He's buying in.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
I was like, uh-oh. Some white chick yelling about something. I was like, Grandpa, don't believe it.
Turn off the TV.
Just because she's a white woman doesn't mean you have to believe her. Florida makes you a dermocrat.
Dermocrat.
It's a chemical.
It's a chemical.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just. Do you think we'll ever reach a point where there's no more like, what's the word? Like mainstream religions, where everyone just does their own thing and like you don't have to sit there and like argue or talk about it.
Yeah, good one.
I don't know,
Good
because
one.
if you look at like Christianity, it's branched out like a shit ton. Because I think there's just gonna be more branches.
Right.
Like it's just gonna spread.
What I think though is like, well, not what I think, but what I would want is like, it gets to the point now where people don't have to go to a church. Like that's what because I grew up like, I was talking about it yesterday. Like, my parents gave me the choice.
Mm-hmm.
They never pushed anything on me, so I did all my own research and like, you know, experience my own things,
Right.
and I appreciate that a whole lot. But like the one thing I never could grasp is like, why do people have to go to church?
Dude,
Like,
you don't want to go to heaven?
right, that's what I didn't understand. Like, you don't go to church, you don't go to heaven. But like, if you really had like, because I don't believe, like I said, I don't believe in God or anything like that. But if you do have that relationship or that connection with God, why do you have to go to a church to say so? Can't you just sit at home and be like, my man,
Kind of.
praise Jesus, like
I don't know.
research your own stuff, read the book. Like,
I think it's just a social thing.
yeah, that's always what I
Yeah.
thought. Because like I've talked to.
If I don't go to church, they're gonna judge me.
Right, that's what I've always heard. Like, I've talked to people who are LDS but don't believe in LDS, but their parents or they're afraid they're going to be judged by their neighbors if they don't go.
Right.
And I'm like, that's fucked up.
Well, when I dyed my hair black and went to church, everyone asked me if I was okay. Even though it was just like a cosmetic thing and nothing was wrong with it. They're like, are you okay? Do you know black is like a dark color?
Yeah. No
Yeah.
shit.
It's the darkest color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You right.
Yeah, they honestly thought I was depressed, but like it's that judging thing. Like if you do one little thing, it's like, oh, what's going on?
It was the weirdest thing. So one of my friends had a farewell like 2 or 3 years ago, and I went,
Mm-hmm.
and like, it was at the church that I should like,
Mm-hmm.
the ward or however it works, the one that I would be in.
Right.
So I went there, and all my neighbors were there, and like everyone was like, he's here.
Lucifer!
We won. And like when I was growing up, like I don't know what my neighbors thought of me, but I was definitely like, I was kind of an asshole and like outspoken. Like I would argue with like people like how dumb I thought they were because they were LDS.
Right.
I was an asshole. Like,
Right.
and like that day, like I saw all of them like at the church, and I just like, is he allowed in here? Like,
Right.
and like afterwards, like everyone like, because I was like waiting for my friend to come down and, you know, give him a hug. I'm like, hey man, you know, good job. It was a good speech or whatever. And like everyone walked past and like shaking my hand like, it's good to finally see you here, man. I hope to see you next week. And I'm like, haha, nope.
No, this is a
Good
one-time
one.
deal.
Yeah. I was like, you guys got lucky this time. You can chalk me up on the board for 1. I always just thought it was weird. Like,
Near church. Yeah, what about people that don't even like get the experience of religion? Like they're just born and they just do their shit. Like no one ever talks to them about religion. Like
probably happier.
would they like be considered to go to hell? Like where do you cross the line? Like, oh, this person's going to hell, this person's
That's what I
going
wondered, because I never went to an actual church until I was like 17.
Right.
So I was like, because like you have those thoughts too when you're younger, like I did for sure, like, because, you know, having all my neighbors who I hung out with all went to church, like I would like, and I never wanted to talk to my parents because it wasn't a taboo subject, but for some reason, like I thought that there was a reason they didn't talk to me about it.
Right.
So I never wanted to bring it up, but like there was points I was like, oh, am I gonna go to hell? Like
That's
7-year-old
scary.
me was sitting there like, what happens when I die?
That's kind of like messed up to put that on a kid. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, if I hit my brother, I'm going to hell.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely like, it was scary from like maybe like 4th grade to like 7th grade, because like that's when you're kind of like starting to realize things.
Right.
And then when it reached like past 7th grade, I started doing my own research, and obviously the internet was
Helpful.
more relevant at that point, and just kind of like, oh, I'm not going to hell.
I
mean-
remember, like, my parents, it wasn't a surprise to them that I was so skeptical, though, because I didn't believe in Santa Claus when I was, like, in 1st grade. Like, I was
Really?
like, yeah, this guy that's huge flies on reindeer and delivers presents. Like, this is me as, like, a 1st grade, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, whatever. Like,
Right.
I was super skeptical, like, about even that stuff and, like, the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Very,
And I think some people are just kind of like, almost like naturally born with like seeing those things like is kind of like silly.
Right.
But I think there are people because like I fell off that wagon too fairly early. Like.
But then I had a lot of friends. Like in 6th grade, I was like, "Hello, Santa Claus," and they're like,
Right. Yeah. I think mine was like 2nd grade because there was a kid who said something about it, and I was like, he's probably right. He's probably right. Like, it doesn't make sense.
But kids are smart. Like, they're getting smarter, too. Like, my nephew is genius. I love how he, like, asks questions, too. Just, like, about life. He's like, well, why do we do this? Well, why do we do that? And you're like, God damn, like... Yeah,
like, shit, these aren't questions for you to be asking me to say. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. It's like, how do I explain this to you where you'll understand?
Right. What's up, Jarl? How you doing tonight? Yeah, I think it's weird, too, like... Because I think since the dawn of the United States, like, every age groups talk shit on the younger age groups. And we do. Like, we always talking shit on, like, kids eating Tide Pods.
Goddamn idiots.
But, like, the one thing that I can say about the younger generations, because they have all this technology, I think they're going to be a lot smarter, like you're saying.
Right. Or do you think it's going to be like WALL-E, where they're, like, in front of that thing?
Oh, I'm sure. But they'll probably be all intelligent.
Right.
Yeah, they'll be smart as fuck to maybe looking at a screen, but...
Yeah. Because, well, I guess that is to kind of pick your poison, too.
Right.
Like, do you want intelligence, or do you want people who can walk?
Exactly, yeah.
But,
Learning. What is that?
But, like, I have a cousin, I guess. I never, because I'm an only child, I never got good at understanding, like, aunt, uncle, nephew. I don't know what those are. But, I guess
some sort of sibling or family out
yeah,
there.
he's a family member somewhere, but he's, like, 7 or 8, and he can speak, like, really good Spanish, and he lives in Washington, and he's, like, picked up on Russian, too. I'm like, you're fucking 7.
Wait, he's learning Russian, too?
He's learning Russian now,
CIA's gonna pick him up for sure.
Yeah, right? Because there's a lot of Russians in Washington, and, like, he goes to school with kids who speak Russian, and, like,
Why? That's a thing?
Yeah, there's lots of Russians in Washington, and they go to school, and everyone
Probably
else.
Spies, let's be
Probably
real.
spies, right?
God damn them.
But, like, he's pick up words, and, like, I'm like, dude, you need to take it down a notch. Why aren't you watching cartoons?
Right.
Not great? Why are you not great, Carl? Are you sick again, my dude? Because if so, it's not good. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see that thing with the statistics that's religion is down?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like it's a lot lower in the younger generations.
That's good. That means they're thinking. So
Yeah, thinking outside the box.
I know in Europe it's like, I don't know, everyone's pretty much atheist there too.
Yeah.
That's how Sweden is.
Yeah.
Most of Sweden doesn't believe. It's like 0% of people under 23, I think, believe in God.
Yeah.
And also on like the sleep, going back, like way backtracking, the sleep paralysis thing, a lot of people in like Egypt think it's like paranormal.
Huh.
A lot of people in Denmark are like, oh yeah, it's my fucking brain, like fucking with me. So it's just like same thing, like how like different cultures kind of take things differently.
Do you think it could be like what's the way to put this, like evolution of the brain for them?
I don't
like
know.
They've been taught so long a different thing than like it's like everyone in Egypt has been taught something and drilled into their brains for so long that they believe that way, and then people in Denmark taught something different and they believe that way.
Possibly, yeah, for sure.
Because don't they say like, your genes can impact ways like
that you think.
Yeah.
When
And
I was like, probably when I was LDS, I did believe in like the paranormal. So probably like, if I had these experiences when I was in high school, I probably would have been like, oh shit, like there's a demon. But now it's like, I don't, like, it's like, who the fuck is in my apartment?
Right.
Get out, Well,
because like I had an experience, and I'm like, still to this day I'm still skeptical. Like the couple experiences that me and Forrest have been weird, but like at the same time, like,
is it your brain fucking with you?
Yeah, because
who knows?
The biggest one is we were fucking around with the Ouija board, just to see like doing dumb shit.
Spooky ghosts.
Yeah. And we were at his house, and we were doing it for a while, and like I took my hand off of it because I was just like, oh, nothing's happening. And Forrest had his fingers on it, and the thing, like if this was the little whatever it's called, launched off the table, and we're like, That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
But like, what was it?
Right.
You know, was it some ghost that grabbed it and threw it?
Do I have super strong fingers? Who knows?
Yeah. Is your finger game just like way too good?
Well, his superpower would be to be the strongest person, so maybe.
No,
it
gotcha.
is.
Have you been lying to me this whole time and you just actually have super
I'm
strength?
just like slightly.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Jarl says, couple cracked ribs, feel like I'm gonna puke, got a real bad infection and a cut I don't know I had. Jesus Christ, man.
What?
Get some
That just
antibiotics.
happened?
Fuck.
You can just wake up with cracked ribs? Wow, it sucks.
Is it from puking? Can you crack your ribs from puking?
I'd imagine if it was like pretty intense.
Yeah.
That'd suck.
Oof. One of the experiences though I had when I was super young, like, maybe this is like one of the reasons why I was still like, because I've always been interested in paranormal, but it's more like, is it real? Not that it is real. Is my cousins, they lived up in Layton, and they always said that there was like this little girl ghost. Like everyone, like no one believed them. So I stayed over one night, and I was pretty sure I saw exactly where they say it sits.
Right.
And like I always thought about that. I was like, oh, is that a real thing?
Right.
Or was that my mind saying, hey, you want to believe that's a real thing?
Well, interesting about that is we used to do this thing at like girls' camp. It's like a Mormon camp where a bunch of girls go and talk about Jesus and stuff. But the older girls would take the girls like snipe hunting and would like make them think that there's like this creature out in the woods that was like, we would hunt them.
Right.
And so we told them that they had red eyes, like sharp teeth, and so we're hunting them, and we told them that they had to keep their flashlights pointed at the ground. And then like this animal, probably like a squirrel or whatever, was like wrestling around in the bushes, and this girl like leaned into me and she's like, oh my gosh, I see the red eyes. And I'm like, now you're full of shit. I'm gonna go along with it. And I was like, oh my god, yeah,
It's right there.
it's right there, be quiet. But it's like her mind honestly believed that because there was wrestling in the bushes, that was a fucking snipe.
Do you think fear just triggers like things in the brain that like cause like hallucinations?
Probably. Have you ever like been alone in like an apartment and you hear creaking and you're like, oh my god,
Oh yeah.
who's here?
Do that at my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like,
I think just being alone can cause like the brain to do weird things too. Because you hear about people who like live alone or they grow like their significant other dies and they're alone, they die a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Like rather than people who live with their significant other longer.
Right.
So it can do like some things to your brain.
Plus too, I think just like if you're in darkness, like you think you're seeing shadows move when they're
Right.
not. Because that happens to me all the time, and I'm like, oh, it's just my eyes are.
Playing tricks on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely not something in my room moving. It's just something out of the corner of my eye. My eye is not adjusting to the darkness.
You're just moving your head really fast.
What are all these things?
Ghosts.
Did
Yeah,
my shelf just move?
You had a real weird few days. That sucks. I had
You've
a
had
pretty.
a really weird week. Didn't you get lost out in your boat?
They're saying
God.
we had a weird week. I was like, did we?
Oh no, I didn't have a weird week.
I was like, I don't know.
My
Seems
week
pretty
was
normal.
filled with the same stuff.
Mm-hmm. A lot of beer and internet.
Yeah, a whole lot of beer and internet. I don't know. I'm curious to see where life's gonna like. What's more common in like 10, 20 years?
Right.
Hopefully,
Spooky ghosts.
yeah. Hopefully, spooky ghosts.
I would love, like, I don't know, I would love to go, like, this abandoned warehouse and just see, like, a fucking dead guy tap dancing in the corner. Like, if I see it, I'm totally gonna be like, sleep paralysis, that's probably, like, paranormal. Like, I will totally
Right.
turn, but I gotta see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too. I want to see some weird shit.
Like, on the BuzzFeed Unsolved, apparently there's a ghost that, like, puffs smoke in your face.
What?
Like, out of a pipe, and I would be like, I'm down. Like, if that happened to me, that would be, I would laugh so
Right?
hard. Like, this ghost is just like, get out.
What the fuck just
You
happened?
think he's smoking?
Get out of here, Gandalf.
You think he's smoking weed and he's just trying to get you a little high? He's like, hey man.
You want some?
And why do you also only see ghosts from, like, certain periods? Like the 1800s? Where are all the hipster ghosts?
Yeah.
Right? Where's all the dudes who died recently? Like,
Yeah.
why can't
That's
we get
true.
some celebrity ghosts?
Right?
Yeah. Where's some dude in like 80s neon walking around?
Right?
With the seagull haircut.
Yeah.
Where's Prince? I want to walk somewhere and then start hearing November Rain. I'm like, Or Purple Rain?
Yeah.
November Rain.
I was like,
Jesus
I think
Christ.
you got the wrong one.
Yeah, you got the wrong one. Purple Rain. And you're just like, Prince, are you here?
Or Michael Jackson beat it, like
Yeah.
in his house, beat it. Oh God, I'm out.
There's just these
About
shoes
to-
dancing on the ground. Like, what the fuck?
My moonwalk myself on out of here.
Yeah. A haunted shopping list?
What?
What's a haunted shopping list?
Ghost needs some new stuff.
Right. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
We're out of milk.
The arcade mode in Far Cry 5 yet? Shit got
Nope.
some crazy levels. No, we haven't. Have you tried the arcade mode in not gonna try arcade mode in Far Cry 5?
What?
What? I don't know, man. We're not gonna try arcade mode in arcade mode.
Oh,
Far Cry
gotcha.
5, you know? Feel me knocking?
Yeah, I'm
You
just
got
waiting for.
any of the haunted places around here before?
I went to this. It's like kind of by Bountiful. You have to go behind some houses, and it's like a house by Bountiful High. And there's like books and shit in it. It's like just filled with books.
Bountiful.
Huh.
Oh, I don't know where that's at.
Me either.
It's like, I don't know, you have to like, there's like houses and then you go behind the houses and then there's like this abandoned house. And like my friends are freaking out. I'm like, who the fuck needs all these books? Why are all
Right.
these books in here?
Right.
And they were freaked out. No, it was one of those things.
Was it Ty Lopez?
Yeah.
Books.
Knowledge. Will you unplug the Xbox? I forgot that I turned everything on to update.
Ah. Yeah.
And I had it on the Wi-Fi.
I'll do that for sure.
But then like this.
Oh,
we went
magic.
We went to like this warehouse.
Oops.
I don't even know where it's at, but like this abandoned warehouse that was supposed to be haunted. And
No.
they were all freaking out, but I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Because, like, you start reading the story, so you start buying into it, and you're like, oh, this might be real. The only time that I think that there's something that we saw and have on camera that, like, is kind of weird, but it's still not 100%. I'll pull it up. We went to Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay, I've heard about it. There's a movie on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a weird, like, couple minutes of time when we were there. Because, like, we sat there for a while. And then we started hearing, like, rustling in bushes. And
Goddamn snipe.
the goddamn snipes.
They're back at it.
Which one was it on? 2? 3?
2. I don't know. I think so. We have a lot of fucking videos.
Yeah, we do. Hey, 4,444 views, though. I'll take that.
Right?
I like the titles. Sadness and Shame.
Sadness and shame.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Can't remember what we were talking about that day.
Sadness and Shame, obviously.
This one?
Yeah. Why is that? Why was episode 3 not HD?
I don't know. Easily be a lens flare.
Easily be a lens flare.
That's the only thing that we've ever got on camera that looked kind of weird.
It's fucking
And this little, like, bar
orange
thing,
line. Yeah. It's,
that's a reflection from someone taking a picture of a phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing we've ever gotten on camera that was like, oh, that looks kind of weird.
Right.
But it easily could be just like a plant with like a rock,
Right.
and the lights are like reflecting in a weird way.
Right.
But
Still weird.
still a little weird.
A little weird.
But still never.
Not tap dancing though. Not
No.
gonna take it.
Yeah, not Jesus tap dancing Christ, but you know.
Or blowing smoke.
The best part about that. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
The best part of that story is when you pull up to like the main entrance of Skinwalker Ranch. There's like barriers.
Mm-hmm.
So we went up to like the closest you can get to the barriers, and we started hearing like bushes rattle and stuff. And this is back when we were like pretty new to like doing this stuff, so we got kind of spooked and started reversing. And I was driving, and like, you know Chandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting in the front seat and Forrest is sitting in the back seat. And Chandler's recording, but me and him both look out the right side, and we see these long ass white legs, and both like panic because we're like, oh my god, what is that? Just a horse. Just a fucking horse.
Could
Skinny
have been a
leg
ghost
bitch.
horse. Let's be
Could have been a
honest.
ghost horse. Yeah.
The Indian chief.
Yeah.
Brown tail.
Yeah. He came back. scared the living shit. That might have been like top 3 scariest moments of my life. Was just the fact that we thought there was something like moving around, and then we just see these pair of white legs.
Right.
And like, oh my god, there's something there.
Well, even the color white, like that's
Yeah.
Because you hear all the stories, it's either like black or white. It's never like there's no color in ghosts apparently.
Just a fucking horse,
Aren't there any daytime ghosts?
right? Never daytime ghost.
I don't know. Everyone seems to do stuff at night.
Yeah.
Because that's when you're trying to sleep. So you're like,
Yeah.
hey, wake up.
Hey.
Guess ghosts are just
I'm scared
assholes.
Right. Yeah. We can't sleep. Wake up.
I was thinking about you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting world. I think people are way too into it though.
Right.
Damn, Yarl.
Oh.
You one sick boy? Drink some whiskey. It's a cure.
The cure will.
I used to be anesthetic, like not even way back, just like in the 1800s, before
Yeah.
people would like get a limb cut off.
Yeah.
Drink this.
Forrest hasn't been sick since 1999. It's whiskey.
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 1999.
Started as a young lad.
They
Drinking.
actually did that, like when babies with teeth, they'd put whiskey, like on the
Yeah.
gums. I don't see like harm in
I don't either. It's not gonna get him drunk.
it. Drunk baby towel.
Baby takes his first steps, starts stumbling.
Puking and then eating a bunch of food and then pass
They do
out.
that anyway.
Right.
That's a normal day. Something odd about your baby, sir. He's watching TV and not throwing up. Maybe it has opposite effects.
You sound like you need to go to the hospital.
I think he's been a couple times already.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, not the ER. You gotta find like an internal medicine guy, because ER is just like, oh, you're not dying, see ya.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's got like a
Oh, internal
yeah,
medicine guy.
because he's a type 1 too, and it's had a whole bunch of stuff
fuck,
going
yeah.
on. Yeah. You said your test results last week were decent though, right, Jarl? Shout out to all my daytime ghosts trying to get home to their families after a day of spooks.
God damn it.
Right?
Yeah, the ER sucks. They just like, hey, you should probably go to someone else now. Like, why'd I come to you in the first place
Right.
then?
We're gonna drive you over to a different place.
But we're gonna charge you $5,000.
Yeah. Your knee hurts? We're gonna take you to the knee doctor. Like, I could have just gone to him from the start.
Right?
Fucking ER.
Not even close. Okay, I got you, Jarl. My bad. So improvements, but still shitty. I had something that, excuse me, I wanted to talk about today, but I don't think I wrote it down.
I forget everything.
I told myself I was going to be better at writing shit down, and then I still don't write shit down.
That's okay.
I was having weird dreams, and then I forgot what.
I was too.
I was gonna write them down. I was like,
Yeah,
this
you're
is
supposed to write
weird.
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time I'm like, I'll remember this. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't.
Have you ever had a dream like where you died and then you're still sleeping and you're like, no, I'm not supposed to die, so you like rewind your dream and then you figure out like it's like Groundhog Day kind of.
No.
Figure out how, yeah,
That'd be cool.
I've done that.
That's, I wish I could.
Someone came on and told us about his experience where he died in his dream, and he was like experiencing himself, like watching himself die. I was like, that's kind of
Like
interesting.
an out of body
Yeah.
experience. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
While in a dream.
No, I just had Groundhog Day, like Seth.
Damn.
Because I think it was like a giant spider that like sat on me or something. And I was like, no, I'm avoiding that. So like I figured out how to solve
Huh.
my death.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's way cool.
Dreams are so interesting.
Right. Like I said, it's like just like a scratch of the surface with neuroscience. Like
Right.
we don't know about anything about like dreams really. Like why we have them, why we experience them.
Right.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
Tried dying. That shit's weird. Who's Caitlyn? Well,
Obviously, neither of us.
Yeah.
So.
well, you've missed the first like 2 hours or hour and a half, so you know.
Maybe if you weren't fucking late.
Damn jalapeno.
Jalapeno tackle box.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still one of the greatest names.
Where do you come up with this?
Who sits down and is like, I need to make my Twitch account name Jalapeno Tackle Box. For sure. Confirmed.
For sure.
Like, I feel like that was one of those things where like you look around your room and you're like, jalapeno here. My fishing tackle box. Jalapeno tackle box.
Isn't that how a lot of bands like start out?
Yeah.
Like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, like.
Yeah. It's weird.
Who, like if you like think about it, like what the fuck? What
Def
were they
Leppard?
thinking? Yeah.
The leopard can't hear.
That
Van
is
Halen.
weird.
I guess his last name was Halen, but like, oh, I know his last name was Van Halen. Eddie
Yeah.
Van Halen. Still, that's weird. Like, just like my band's name is Phillips.
Right.
You guys are all gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I have a life. I'm just giving you shit, jalapeno.
I'm not.
Yeah. Rip.
That was your first mistake. Yeah.
Having a life is overrated.
Yeah. You're supposed to watch us.
It's hard. I try to watch you guys. I mostly watch you guys on YouTube. It's just with my job. It's like I can't stay up too late.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But-
It's a real pain.
But I'm glad you guys put it on YouTube. So
Yeah, it's fun. Well, hopefully the YouTube takes off at some point because they're weird how they do their like structure to monetize because you have to have like either so many hours or so many subs in a year, and it's slow growing on there.
yeah, YouTube is. I think everything's just kind of like digressing when it comes to like building
Yeah,
stuff up. But
especially now because it's so flooded. Everywhere's flooded.
and it's stupid stuff too. Like watch me eat this orange.
Right?
Yeah, watch some dude eat an orange and it's got 700,000 views.
Yeah, and then
I
I'm
do
wondering.
like the how-to basic.
That guy is amazing.
Right.
I like when he just gets eggs and like slaps them on babies.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's like how to make an omelet.
Right?
That guy cracks me up. How to fix your PS4 and he put like beef in the back of it. I'm like, all right.
I've watched a couple of those like from other things and got surprised. Do you think Earth is flat?
No.
Damn. We're waiting for someone to come on who believes the Earth is flat.
For real, who would believe that? In their right mind.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Some
maybe
celebrities and basketball players.
Kanye.
Kanye would probably
There we
believe
go.
it.
Man.
He's like,
like,
expand. It's like a dinner plate. Shut up,
It's
Kanye.
like my platinum record.
Right.
It's flat, but it's round.
We can't be friends. I'm sorry. Jalapeno, we still want you to explain why you think the Earth is flat. We can't be friends. I'm sorry.
good.
You say you believe it is, but are you trolling?
I don't know.
Part of the flat Earth society?
Yeah, I want to hear like reasoning, sources.
Right.
Who's backing you up on this?
I've heard so many. I'm like, what? Do you believe that?
It just doesn't make any sense because there's no benefit for anyone like in the world to hide the fact that it is flat. You know? If it was flat, it would just be flat.
Right.
You
What
know?
about like all the pictures
Yeah.
and like all the other planets and all the other pictures of the planets?
Oh, the planets one is hilarious. What they think, like the flat Earth society thinks, it's because we can observe it. That's why we know it's round.
It's like, what?
But since we can't observe Earth,
I mean, we can.
even though we can, like it's flat. Is your table curved? No, it's flat. I can curve the table if you really want me to.
Have you seen like those pictures? Like they're panoramic of the Earth. It's like totally going like
Yeah.
this. So I don't know.
Well, Jalapeno, let me ask you this question. Let's say you have a round rubber ball. Okay. Okay. Hear me out. A round rubber ball. All right, and I cut in the middle of the round rubber ball a square. The middle of it's going to be flat because I cut into the round part where there's density in the middle and it's flat. I can place something in there and it's not going to be curved. It's going to be also flat. So a building you build dug into the dirt is going to make it flat. So, you know,
I can curve space and time.
that'd be cool. Are you Skrillex? I feel like if anyone in the world can do it, he can.
Yeah. What a strange fellow.
It's still my favorite. You ever watch Beavis and Butthead?
No.
So part of their thing is like they make fun of music videos, and when they redid the new seasons or whatever, they did a Skrillex one, and I can't remember what song it is, but it's like this girl and like you hear all the mad dubstep, and he's like over there like this girl's like waving their hands like Jesus Christ, she's warping time and space.
No.
He is a weird fella. EDM's kind of strange too.
I feel like he's probably super smart though.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, EDM is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, but
No. If you're in the EDM community, it's like a weird family thing.
yeah, I feel like it's more of a cult, really than like.
Yeah. Kind of strange. The earth is made of only sound. At first. As flat as the back of your head. Right? Exactly.
Well, what?
Makes sense if you don't think about it. You have to be on Molly to enjoy EDM? Probably.
Maybe.
I listen to some and I'm like, oh, this sounds cool. But I'm not like amped. I'm not like
Right.
jumping around. I'm like, oh, next song. Like,
Just go in your parents' garage and then take some Molly and do those finger gloves. Wes, what the fuck are you doing?
blowing my own mind, mother.
I've seen like the light nunchucks. They're like.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Something.
drug community. I don't know many people who are heavy into EDM that don't use drugs.
That are sober,
There's a couple. Like,
straight edge EDM folk.
Yeah,
Little
straight edge
They
EDM
put like a handful of sober people in it.
Yeah,
Probably just the DDs.
exactly. There you go.
Yeah, definitely. The craziest, like, you see those people doing the fucking finger glove thing, like, right in people's faces. I'm like, what are you doing? Get out of my...
hands out of my face. Like,
Be like my personal space.
Right.
Yeah.
there's a bubble. You're invading it.
You know.
Bite his finger.
Right, there you go. That'll show him. Take off his index finger. Toaster having a seizure. It's a good way to explain EDM.
What?
That's what dubstep sounds like. Just like someone messing with a blender. They're like.
Right. It's
And then
true.
it's like, oh, let's throw like some screws in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, put a
Okay.
couple rocks.
This sounds different.
When was the last time you ever heard a person at EDM festival say, "I'm sober"?
I don't know. I've never been to one, so couldn't tell you.
Been to a couple, not big ones. I did go to the Vegas one for a day a long time ago.
I would go to it.
What's that big festival called?
EDC.
Yeah. I'm going to Vegas in like 2 weeks. And then I saw like that it was coming soon and I was like, oh my god, please no.
Not the same week.
And then I was like, oh, phew, it's like a couple weeks after.
That's
But I was
good.
like,
It'd be packed.
You get to see some unique people though.
right. Well, you
Not
can
many
see
people.
unique people. in Vegas.
Well, Vegas is, yeah. There's something about EDM concerts though. Little clothing, lots of paint, and drugs.
Drugs, lights, and
Yeah, lots of lines.
Sign me up.
What kind of music are you into?
anything other than country.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, hey, check out this album, I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Like I'm not picky, but country drives me up a wall.
Me too.
Same.
I like Johnny Cash though.
Yeah, old
Like-
country's good. But
Willie Nelson is 50-50, but
like Forrest says, like the old outlaw country's kind of good.
Yeah.
Like
It's only kind.
no.
the new age stuff.
I don't know. Have you guys heard of Death Grips?
Yeah,
I love Death Grips. They're probably like my
Oh,
fave.
I have.
They're like
you probably have.
hip hop.
Probably have.
Thomas and Alec would always listen to him.
Oh, probably them. I'll have to check it out.
I've been to like for the past 3 years. I went to their concert. It's gotten like because they're all introverts, so it's just like gotten worse. Like they just come on, and you know how people are like, "Thank you so much, Salt Lake City." They're just like, "Come on, play their set," and then they get
They
off.
leave.
Yeah. And it's gotten shorter. Like it was an hour, then it was like 45 minutes, and then the last one was like only 20 minutes.
Oh,
And
shit.
then they're like, bye.
So they just like to make their music, not actually tour.
Yeah,
I can understand
they're
that.
really artistic, and I appreciate that. Like, if you follow them on like Instagram, they're super artistic with like just like photography and their music, but they know they have to make their money from their concerts, so that's why they do their concerts. But
Right.
it's just gotten worse. So it's like I don't know if they come this year. I'm kind of
Torn. Yeah, go pay, however much money it is just to see
right.
20 minutes.
I mean, it's still like $20 per person, but I'm paying for me, my fiance, and then like we have to drive down there, and if we want to get drinks, it's like it just adds up. So
And drinks at concerts are stupid.
God, like $8 a drink.
Yeah.
Like fuck that.
Yeah, super pricey.
So if like you want a pregame, then you have to get an Uber. And it's
Just
like,
a whole ordeal.
yeah. last year we got a hotel, which was nice. But
Yeah, that's
still like you have to get a hotel and.
Yeah, it's like it's something that you have to plan. It's gonna be like your main event for a couple months.
Right.
You know.
And when they just are there for 20 minutes, it's like, well, thanks. Cool.
It's cool 20 minutes, but
I didn't even have enough time to get drunk.
Right. I remember, like, because I was drunk, and I had to go to the bathroom, and they were playing one of my favorite songs, and I was like, honestly, I said out loud, I was like, pause the concert, stop, I have to go to the bathroom. I didn't want them to play the song. I was so pissed off.
that sucks.
Yeah, Death Grips are dope.
Yeah.
I went to a concert with, do you remember Manuel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He asked me to go to a concert with him, and I didn't really know the music too well, but I forgot where I was going with this story. It ended up being like kind of like death metal, which like I like some of the music, but I'm not like, oh, let's go rage at a death metal concert, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just weird. I forgot where I was going with the story 100% though. It was relevant to what you said, but
Pausing the song because you had to pee.
yeah, it was something like that. Fuck, I can't remember.
That's alright. Have you heard of Electric Wizard?
Uh-oh.
They're a new genre of metal. It's called stoner metal.
Interesting.
It's like they're metal, but they're more chill. I don't know how to put it.
So what is it called?
Electric Wizard. It's really interesting.
Electric Wizard. Now, is that the name of a band or the genre?
The band. The genre is stoner metal.
Huh.
Electric Wizard. I wish I could play music on stream, but
They get mad.
Everyone hits us with demonetization nowadays.
Damn it.
Oh, they do long songs, it looks like.
Yeah, they're long.
6 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yep.
Bringing back old ballads.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you in hell. Dope. I'm gonna have to listen to some. I like finding new music because, like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
kind of get old at the same old
Oh
shit.
god, I listen to so much shit and
If
then I
you
just get
like-
so bored of it.
This is gonna sound dumb, but if you like artsy music, go to Anthony Fantano's YouTube page, and he like reviews albums. That's how I find my music, and
Yeah.
he's so diverse, but he has a good opinion about music. So
That's always good to find someone who reviews music. 'Cause
Right.
Then you know, like, hey, this is up and coming. Because, like, I follow some, like, hip-hop pages, but now they've all turned into just, like, all they talk about is, like, mainstream artists, which is cool. Like, I get it, but
right,
I wanted to... The only reason why I, like, went to your website is to hear about new people.
right.
But,
Like he reviews like all sorts of stuff, like from Death Grips to Kanye. He does like it all, like mainstream, but also like the artsy stuff.
Right.
So
just a little bit of everything.
yeah,
Which is good, because there's so much music out there that people don't even know exists.
Much, like I like Purity Ring too, but they're more synth pop kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're good. Any concerts coming up you guys are going to?
Yeah. Manuel, he bought me a ticket. Me and a couple friends to do, what is it? Five Finger Death Punch or something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, because like I said, I'm not huge into metal, but like I've listened to some of their music, and I was like, I'll go. Like, it's a
Yeah.
cool experience. I want to go. There's this concert, I think, in like September, and it's like it's down in California. It's like every single hip hop person you can think of that's popular right now. It's like Kendrick's gonna be there, J. Cole's gonna be there, everyone in
Coachella?
TD's gonna be there. No, it's not Coachella. Coachella's so expensive. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
People go to Coachella to say they went to Coachella.
Yeah. But like Tyler and like all his, group is gonna be there. It's honestly, it's like I think it's 2 or 3 days, and there's like 130 artists or something like that.
Right.
I was like, that would be fun.
That would be fun. I know, like, last year's Twilight Festival, like, both of them, the one in Ogden and so, like, they were terrible. Like,
That's what I heard.
there was only, like, one that I wanted to see, and it was kind of like, I was on the fence about it.
So I missed the ball when Twilight started getting big and you started getting cool people like Kid Cudi came and like
Danny Brown was here
Yeah,
a couple
Danny
years
Brown.
ago, and I was
Yeah.
like, God damn it, I missed Danny Brown.
Right?
I missed out on all those because I was working night jobs,
Mhm.
so I never got to go to any except
Sucks.
I went to Red Man and Method Man, and it was just a shit show concert because like there was a huge line and people like broke down the fence and like It
It's
was
like
just
when Modest Mouse came, when there was people standing outside of the park and shit. There was so many people there.
yeah. But there's a lot of cool people coming, like Post Malone's been coming.
I know Churches is coming to the Ogden one, and that's
Yeah.
when I was like, yeah, I want to see them. Because they've been out of, like, tour for a couple of years, so it's
Yeah.
like, I need to go see them before they decide that they're done.
Right?
Quits. Let's see. Listen to Little Peep. No.
R.I.P.
Did I hear the word fiance? I'm out. Retro wave is nice. I find that chilling. That song Jordan showed us last night was kind of cool. Do you remember? No. Me neither. I forgot what it was called, but
But it was cool.
yeah,
That's all that matters.
it was kind of like a slower beat with like the music video
Oh,
was like a
fuck.
little artsy.
I do remember. I don't remember who it was, though.
I could just ask him. Oh wait, it's one. Yeah, he'll be awake. If not, oh well.
And we've gone for an hour and a half, so as long as you want to go, or you guys,
Yeah, however late you're willing to stay.
we can call it whenever, so.
What is his name? I can't. Oh,
Black Kid. Is that you, is that you have it under? I think, fuck, what was it?
I don't remember, but I kind of dug it. I was like, oh, this is a little bit different than what you hear.
Well, I always hate it, like, you know when you do those, like, when you're new to, like, a job or something, and they're like, introduce yourself, what's your favorite color? It's like, what's your favorite band? I'm like, I don't have one. Like, there's so many, like,
Yeah.
different things I like. Same with movies.
Yeah, it's like, well, what mood am I in today?
Right. What genre?
Yeah.
I can look on our YouTube history real quick.
Those things are dumb. I hate, like,
I hate
get up and tell a little about yourself. 23. I like to do shit.
That's it.
Have a good day. And you just sit down. Like, I don't know what the hell to say.
Well, and since I do online classes, I have to do, like, video ones.
Oh, yeah.
So at least I can, like, be like, that one was shitty.
Yeah.
Right? Not sending that one.
Not sending that one.
I got lucky because when I finished a lot of... Oh, he's messaged me already.
Oh.
I finished a lot of my schooling. Halsey. No, not that one.
Did he told it? I was like, I would have remembered that, so I can look it real quick though. Glass Animals.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Glass Animals Hazy.
Oh! I just read it wrong. He said Hazy.
Like, a bitch that's married to that G-Eazy fella.
Yeah.
Gerald.
Gerald. Damn G-Eazy. Yeah, when I was doing the rest of my online schooling, I thankfully didn't have to do much of the video stuff.
Every goddamn semester I have to do one. I'm so tempted to just be like, the same one, like, just send that one.
There you go, not delivery. My name is Wes, and I have a beer, and I like going fast and hard. Something to say anytime I go in for like a job interview. Tell me a little about yourself.
That's your resume. That's all that's written
Yeah.
on it.
And it's just the picture of our emo. Like,
There you go.
so what does that mean? I don't know. Means whatever you want it to mean. And walk out.
You're
I'm expecting
hired.
to hear a call. Yeah.
God damn.
This
What?
guy's got some nerves. The kind of nerves we need in our company.
Let's make him CEO right now.
Right?
You're hired.
That's the kind of thing that I need to have happen. Your CEO. Dope.
Okay. First
There's gonna be
things
some
first, you're
changes.
Right? Yeah. First things first, I'm the realist. Second thing, 99% of the profits.
fired.
This guy's now.
We're scrapping the company.
Yeah, we're scrapping the company. We're selling it to Amazon.
Oh, that'd be great.
Right? Amazon wants to buy everything, so.
Yeah, they do.
They should. They should run the universe. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Jeff Bezos, here you go.
Yeah. Take it over. Let's elect him president.
Or what's his name? The Tesla dude.
Elon Musk?
What?
Elon?
Yeah.
The
He's
boy
hilarious.
Muskie?
I think my fiance did like a report on him
Yeah.
for a class.
He's
He
so
did some,
funny.
like really cool shit.
So
I don't remember it, but
Yeah. So tell us about your fiance. Where'd you guys meet?
Tinder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Usually
Tinder.
never find anything good. Or find like
or
real
trash.
Yeah. Find good connections on
Right.
Tinder anymore.
No, we're one of the success stories. Yeah. So we met on Tinder, and we've dated a little over a year. And
Wow.
popped the question like a couple weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's way awesome. 'Cause,
Wedding
yeah.
planning sucks. I hate it.
Oh, I bet.
It's stressful.
It
And it's a
doesn't,
lot of money. It makes me want to throw up.
it doesn't look fun.
No. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I wanted a cake for my cake. I just wanted a vanilla cake. Nothing on it. Just one tier. Nothing on it. Not even like any flowers or decoration. This one guy wanted $300.
What the?
It's like, I can bake that shit from Betty Crocker
Yeah.
for $5.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, I'll do it for 30. Like,
Yeah.
let's get a cake rolling here.
No, it's ridiculous. Like, if you put the word wedding in front of anything, they like jack up the prices.
Oh, I
It's
bet.
ridiculous. If I could go back in time, I would probably just elope. Like, have my family come with us and just elope somewhere. 'Cause, I don't know.
Just
I
like
had my
this.
dream wedding, but I don't know. It's just hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of money and a lot of time.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
And dealing with people, I think that's the worst part. Is dealing with people. Because you have to get, like, a florist, like, a baker, like, you have to get a dress, and that's all dealing with people. That
Right.
I don't think they're really looking out for your best interest. So,
Oh, looking out for the dollar.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
which
it's really
sucks.
Because I went to this one to get my dress. I went to this really nice, not designer, but they're kind of upper. And they're super friendly. And then I went to like David's Bridal, and they had like really cheap dresses. And they heard how much I was willing to spend on a dress, and they were like kind of being assholes about it. They were trying to get me have me buy the most expensive dress, and like I just wasn't comfortable with it. And they're, I don't know.
It's usually what happens. I bet they get paid commission.
Mhm.
So if they sell, the top tier dress, they probably make really good
Right.
money.
Well, and it's like the fabric was cheap. You could just tell. Like it was, my arms were red after I was done like trying on all these
Oh,
dresses.
wow.
Yeah.
God.
And it's like, I'm supposed to wear this all day? Like,
Right.
no.
It's not gonna happen.
God.
Weddings are interesting though. I've only been to 2.
It's interesting how, because my view on weddings is, I don't know. I think my fiance was listening to this thing like about how it's important if you want to have kids that you should be married. Like it's just better for their psyche.
Right.
But also the tax cuts are awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I think it's just good to make a commitment in front of people that are important for you. But other than that, like it used to just be like, hey, she's your property now, which we don't believe in that stuff. But like,
Right. Yeah.
it's more of just kind of that stuff.
You guys want to start having kids like soon, or
Yeah.
yeah?
2 years probably.
Yeah?
Because I don't want them to be, because like the chances of them having Down syndrome kind of
Yeah.
raises after you get old, and fertility rate goes down after you hit like 28 by like 50%. So
Right.
it's harder to have kids.
That'd be crazy though.
Yeah.
Whole new experience.
I know, right? I'm gonna be a mom. God. It'll be fun, but it'll be new.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's hard and fun. Like
Right.
a lot of stuff to learn. Like, I mean, you'd probably learn a lot of stuff about like just life having kids.
For sure, yeah.
You know.
But I don't know. I always just go back to like the Rick and Morty when Morty's like, parents are just kids having kids. Like, we don't know
Yeah.
what we're doing.
It's true.
It's true. Like, I probably will have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But I'm just excited.
Yeah. Exactly. That's cool though, because
Not the multi-$1,000 18-year investment you can't get out of.
Kids.
Yeah, everyone says I'm an asshole, but if I had a Down syndrome kid, I'd put up for adoption. I couldn't do it.
It's hard. It's a full-time job
Yeah.
for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
We have, at my job, we have patients that are like 70 years old that get their toenails trimmed, but they bring their Down syndrome kid that are like 50 years old, and it's like, it's a full-time gig.
Yeah.
for the rest of your life.
It's hard. I don't think I'm a good enough person to do it.
I don't think I am.
No
either.
way.
Like, the people who have those kids are awesome. Good for them.
Yeah.
Like, you're a good
Bad
person.
props.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Like, I know they always say like it changes like when you see your baby's face, like, but that's
Oh, like,
It's
ew.
hard.
Ooh, see ya. Oh, you really got it bad, didn't you, little one?
I just think of that meme where it's the black guy in the hat and he like does this and he just slowly fades away.
Oh yeah.
Like, when you see your son get born, you just fade away.
Oh, God. Have you seen that meme where it's like the kid that's scared of the monster under the bed or whatever, and he's calling out for his dad.
Yeah.
I've seen the one where it's like a black kid and he's like, Dad, and then like nothing happens for the rest of the movie.
Right. Yeah, it just ends.
Raised from day one to destroy the Special Olympics.
Jesus.
That reminds me of that one movie that Johnny Knoxville was in.
Oh, The Ringer.
Yeah, the ringer.
Jeffrey Dahmer is his goddamn name.
Yeah.
And then he's talking to one like, when the fuck did we get ice cream?
Yeah.
And he's like, Lynn.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
That's a good movie.
I think we should take their genetic family history into account way more before having kids. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea too.
I don't know.
Interestingly enough, my mother-in-law told me all of his family history and like mental health history, and like before we even got engaged. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
She's like, just so you know, this is our family history, and I'm like,
Yikes.
okay. Thanks, cool.
Is that a weird thing to like actually go through, is like getting to know a whole new family that's going to be your family?
It was pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
I could imagine it could be harder for other people because his family's super sweet, super nice, super welcoming. But I'm sure there's some people who are like, you're taking my baby away from me. You know, like totally
Right.
not cool about it. But I don't know, it was easy for me.
Because the only time I've ever experienced like actually meeting a family that was in like a serious relationship, it was just weird. Because it was like they were a lot older than most families,
Yeah.
and they were super like old school LDS.
That'd be hard.
And I wasn't, she wasn't at the time. Like I don't know when she stopped, but like it was just weird. Like, hey, this is my boyfriend, and they're all, like looked at me like, okay. And then we sat down at dinner and we didn't say a word.
Right.
What?
I was like, because I was like trying to like, oh, so how long
Right.
have you guys lived here? Like trying to start small talk, and like like that day the first day you were with Jordan or whatever, like I would just like ask open-ended questions, and they would just be like, give me like one answer. You asked them like how long they lived here, like 40 years. I'm like, fuck.
Want to elaborate on
Yeah.
that?
All right, cool.
No.
Nice to meet you. And I was like, okay, well,
Right.
this isn't gonna work.
I could see that being like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Be
could see it
weird.
being super hard, but I feel like if you care about the person enough, like their family,
Oh,
shouldn't
absolutely.
really matter.
Yeah.
So.
If they're assholes or they're nice, shouldn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah, it would suck having crazy in-laws.
Kind of would.
I've heard it happen.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard- I don't understand how people can be that crazy though.
No.
Like, what kind of person has to be? Like, how do you get there? Like, how do you get there?
Yeah, I've met some strange people, so...
I wonder that too sometimes. Like, you just meet people and are like, what happened in your life that made you fall down this type of like,
Right.
like. So, I have a family. Well, not a friend of mine, but someone who was associated with a part of my family, and he is kind of a fucking loony, and like. I stopped talking to this part of the family because of like problems, but I saw on the news, like the Deseret or Salt Lake Tribune or whatever, and it was like, man gets arrested at Maverick for only wearing underwear. It was the guy, and I was
No,
like,
no.
oh, how do you fall down that path?
Right.
How are you the guy that's in Deseret News getting arrested?
Maybe
at
he's really
Maverick?
happy, though.
Maybe.
Well, my fiance was telling me a story that a guy, I think it was at like a Home Depot in Kaysville, like poured gasoline on him and lit himself on fire.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
And like injured 4 officers to try to take him down.
Wow.
How did you get like?
Maybe he thought he was a monk. It's time to
I'm not gonna feel a
sacrifice.
thing.
I'll just meditate.
He just yells,
Right.
flame on.
Right. Oh boy, the next iteration of me might be a mass murderer. I don't care. I'll bitch slap granny-in-law for getting some sass.
Getting some ass.
That's what it said. I was like, oh no, not granny.
Come here, Granny.
Granny, you're too old for this.
If she's getting some ass, she probably she deserves it.
Granny, are you on Tinder?
Granny.
I've seen some old ass people on Tinder.
I matched with a 55-year-old woman.
Well, you set your age range way too high.
Well, I did.
That's your own
You're
damn
right.
fault.
You're right. I never changed it because I was like, "There's no way this is
Why
ever
did
gonna
you
happen."
swipe right on her?
I did the what do they call it?
Suicide swipe?
Yeah, the suicide swipe, where I just did everybody. Because like, I wasn't in it to like, I wanted to just meet weird people, and the weirdest one was a 55-year-old woman.
Did you go on a date?
No.
Damn it.
Definitely not. Probably should have. I felt like that would have been a
Right?
good story.
I specifically try to match the old broads.
Yeah.
Trying to find a sugar mama.
There you go.
I wonder if I still have
Town.
it. I had a match yesterday. I might have unmatched, but it was just a drag queen. It was just a dude in a wig with a 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh.
I was like, "You're not fooling anyone, bud."
She's like, "All right, pal, Cougar Town." Quick shout outs to my stepdad. Drove home drunk as fuck. Man, tell your stepdad to hit the Uber button. It's not hard.
Yeah. I'm actually older than my fiance too.
Yeah.
His birthday is December 20th of 1994, and mine's December 15th of 1993.
Oh wow.
So it's a little over a year, but
Yeah. Almost perfectly a year.
right?
That Christmas is wild for you guys. That like 2-week period.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
At least his birthday. So his due date was technically on my birthday. Thank God, because I want that day for myself.
Right.
I'm gonna be selfish, but it's good that it's a little gap.
Yeah. I bet that's a lot going on because like now, probably go to both families too for Christmas stuff, right?
Well, no, his family's in Alabama. So
Oh, okay.
it's
Well,
not
that's
too bad.
yeah, that's not bad. I was gonna say like I know some people were married and they're like, yeah, we gotta go like 4 different houses for the week of Christmas.
Just
And
like
I'm
that movie, 4 Christmases.
I think I've seen that one.
It's gonna. What's his name from Wedding Crasher? Not Owen Wilson. Vince Vaughn.
Oh, Vince Vaughn.
Nah.
I like some Vince Vaughn.
Wait, who's? Oh, Jarl. I was like, who's our mod tonight?
He's one of the board members of the
Alta Club. Yeah.
Those fucking rooms for rent. Oh.
Isn't that split place supposedly haunted? I always see it on those haunted websites.
Yeah. The Alta House. Alta House, I mean.
Fucking dumbass.
So I feel like you have high praise for your stepfather, Austin.
Oh, it's haunted as fuck. Take us in there. I want to go.
Yeah, let's go get spooked. What does your fiance do? Like
He's in the Air Force.
Oh, he's in the Air Force?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Does he how does it work? Like how often does he have to go on tour, I guess, or whatever?
He does debrief, so he's at a desk job, so
Not
he's pretty lucky. He's never been deployed, knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's good.
For like he's only in for 4 years. He's actually going into the reserves like end of summer. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah,
That's way cool.
yeah,
Air Force is awesome.
probably the best branch. So
Yeah, definitely.
they get treated the best out
Yeah.
of all the branches. So
Yeah, that's how my cousin was in the Marine Corps, and he said, like, when they would be together, like, the Marine Corps in tents and shit, he's like, can you see the dudes in the Air Force in a hotel?
Yep.
I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Or like they'll be in like Belize or like Mexico where there's like mosquitoes and like they're all intense, but the Air Force is like in an all-inclusive resort.
Right.
Yeah.
When he said, gotta get some suits, I thought it said, gotta get some sluts. I was like, oh, is that a rule at the Alta Club? Sluts only. I'll see what the guest policy is, because, yeah, it's think. Would be cool for y'all to do, to experience. Yeah, take us. I got a suit.
Yeah, I got a suit. It's fine tailored.
No, I got one. I got one that was what's that? Mr. Max, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be tailored, and then like I look like a 1950s gangster because it's all baggy and shit. I'm like, what do you mean this is tailored? This shit does not fit.
You just need to get one of those old school mob hats. And just
And a
walk
Tommy
around.
gun.
Yeah, a Tommy gun. Big old cigar in your mouth. You look cool as fuck, though.
I don't know, either that or crazy.
You know, isn't crazy and cool the same thing?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe if I'm cool in my own head.
That's the key.
It's like the crazy people, you know, that are in like mental institutions that like probably think they're like the president of the United States.
Right?
But it's all in their head, so it's whatever.
Yeah, they're having fun.
Right.
Tailored to someone 1.5 your size. True.
True.
I think they just said, "Oh, we're gonna size this for you," and then like they never did, and they're like, "All right, pick it up in a week."
Yeah, they're like, we don't really want to. I need some Powerade or pineapple juice. And get some electrolytes.
Check Snap Forest. Okay.
And you get some.
Oh, why is my
Juice.
flashlight on? God.
So what's something that like is going on nowadays, like whether it be like memes or politics or religion, that just like really makes you angry?
Oh shit! I don't know. I don't focus on negative stuff.
Yeah?
Really. But one thing stupid drivers. There you go.
Stupid drivers?
I hate people driving like idiots.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, especially I heard Utah's bad, but then like people move out of Utah and they're like, no, Utah's not bad. Like this state is bad, or like.
I've heard like the super densely populated areas, it's like you have to be an aggressive driver.
Right.
Because like it's so packed
Mm-hmm.
that if you don't just go for it, you'll be stuck.
Forever.
You know?
Yeah.
Stuck on the freeway. Like I've never driven in California, but I've been in cars in California, like during rush hour. It's stupid. It's a waste of time. Like we literally sat on, I don't know what the main freeway is called down there. We were trying to get from LA down to, God, I can't remember. Like 2 cities south. It's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes apart.
Right.
It took 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And
That's
I was
why
like,
I think Tesla with their self-driving cars need to like let's pick
Get that
shit
going,
up,
right?
yeah. 'Cause that would solve seriously everything.
Yeah, I would.
yeah.
And I could sit in the passenger seat and drink. I'm not driving.
Yeah.
No more DUIs, so
Right.
solves everything. But what about you? What grinds your gears?
I don't
Too
know.
many things.
Yeah, there's a
Mostly
lot.
just people. Like, yeah. I'm
Dumb
trying to
people.
think. I'm trying to think. I have like one experience a week. I'm like, fucking motherfucker. But
I think for me, it's
what's
like,
the last one? I don't know.
I try to avoid social media and stuff like that because I think it's kind of lame.
Well.
Besides,
That's why I deleted Facebook.
yeah, besides doing it for the podcast, but like some nights, like when I'm laying in bed, like I'll just scroll through and I just read shit and I'm like, wow, these people exist.
I think it's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah,
I love seeing crap like that.
like I just
Like you honestly believe this.
and like it's all walks of like craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be like a girl talking about how like blatantly she needs to get laid, and then you read the comments and it's a bunch of it's a bunch of dudes posting like super sexual shit, and then it's the girl replying saying I'm not interested in getting guys, and then I'll see guys post stuff like who's trying to smash, and then a bunch of girls like, hey, hit me up, and then
Wait.
it's like, dude, it's on this Facebook, whoever the fucking people that have been adding us, it's loony bins for sure. And then like everyone spews their opinion and starts arguing, and it's just so toxic.
My fiance has a friend on Facebook that's always like, who's trying to smash, and then his next post is like, I only respect women.
All right.
That's all I do.
God damn it.
It's true though. Like I see
Yeah.
that all the time, and I'm like, this makes you look really dumb and
Yeah.
bad. Like both sides of the spectrum.
Well, the worst part is it's like your employer, like stuff on the internet is forever. I mean,
Oh,
what
yeah.
if you delete it? Like my dad actually hires for like used to hire for a big like corporation, and like they buy software to get into your
Oh,
Facebook,
yeah.
like even deleted stuff. And so I don't know. People don't realize that, but I guess that weeds out a lot of your candidates.
Absolutely.
Because he's gone from like 150 to like 10 just from Facebook.
Right.
So,
I'm sure you just see keywords and shit that they're posting like, oh, this guy doesn't look like a decent human.
Anyone know where I can get some coke? Yeah.
That one blew my mind. There was a couple people that I even like knew, like I had friends who were friends with them that would like post straight up like, hey, where can I buy weed? Where can I get mushrooms? Where can I get acid? And I'm like, this is Facebook. The best one though was this girl who's friends with a couple people we know, and she posted like trying to get booms, and it was like mid-afternoon.
Oh, good God.
And someone tagged the South Davis Police Department Facebook
Yes.
in it. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, that's good.
That's some quality shit.
That's good stuff.
People ask, that's what I hate though, when people ask me for drugs. Like, they small talk first, like, hey, haven't seen you in a while, how are you? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm good, how are you? And then, hey, can you get me weed? The fuck?
See, I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I've had so many people ask me, like, hey man, you or know anyone that wants to buy Xannies? Or like, do you know anyone who wants to buy, like, Coke or shit? And I'm like, no. I feel like this is entrapment. Leave me alone. It's like, no,
What kind of, he's really, I don't know.
you're being an awfully good salesman. I want someone to message me and it's like, hey man, I have and he just like giving all these like scientific details on why he has the best drug. And he's like, it's gonna get you high for 37 minutes 45 seconds. Then you're gonna get the munchies, and then like just all this shit. Like, do you tell me like a true salesman? I think that would be funny.
It'd be pretty hilarious.
Man, I just get like people saying hey to me, and then they're like, buy this makeup from me.
Oh
Like,
god.
no.
Right.
I know people do that.
Yeah.
People are strange.
And then they get all mad at you when you say no. They're like, thanks for wasting my time. And it's like, no, you wasted mine.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, you messaged me.
Right.
Hey, send me a picture of your feet.
Just start sending people that.
It's our goddamn viewers. People in here constantly just show up, show us your feet.
Yeah, take your
For
shoes.
real?
Yeah, all the time. Take your shoes off. It's
I
like,
work for a podiatrist. Like, I see that shit every day.
right?
I'm
And
always,
it's not pretty. It's
Oh,
not
I bet
pretty.
not. No. You're not getting normal feet,
My
I
favorite
imagine.
is like the diabetic wounds.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Sure that's
but only
right.
for $500. Yeah, I'll fucking show my feet if someone gives me $500.
Yeah.
I'll start stretching. I'll suck my own toe.
For 500. Is that a Jeopardy category? Suck my own toe for 500, Alex.
What?
It's a Jeopardy category? It sounds like a Jeopardy category. Suck my own toe for 500.
5 minutes, 2 hours. You guys want to do 5 more minutes and call it?
Sure.
Work?
No, I'm down. What would be a good ending topic?
Every time you say that, all I can ever think are traps gay.
Our traps
It goes in my head every time.
every single time. Every single time.
You've never answered, I don't think.
Yeah, I always tell you no.
Oh, okay.
That's
My
good.
phone's been real shitty. too.
Uneducated over here.
Oh, I have a quote from Rick and Morty
Oh,
that
let's
I
hear it.
actually really like. It's nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's going to die. Come watch TV.
Hey, true.
It's,
It's
like,
true.
It's the one where like Summer finds out she was like an unplanned pregnancy, and she's
Yeah.
like freaking the fuck out. And then Morty's like, I just buried my goddamn body. Like, just come watch TV with us.
Right.
So I don't know.
Do you think that the Rick and Morty fans kind of ruined?
Hell yeah. That's
'Cause-
annoying as.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it's written, but it's like they're like, I'm a genius because I watch Rick and Morty. It's like, no, it's a goddamn show. You're not a fucking scientist.
The Rick and Morty like community made me sick.
Yeah.
Like specifically the one like obviously the Szechuan sauce thing was funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was, like a funny joke.
Yeah,
but then
but-
like people went in there and like were causing
That one dude.
scenes. That one made me sick to my
Wait,
stomach.
what was this?
The
So-
guy squealing. you're
Yeah.
saying?
This dude went into
I could probably find it.
McDonald's. Yeah, we'll just play it. It was just, you know how people nowadays are saying like, "Oh, that's cringe." This will actually make your body cringe. It's-
I used to watch Cringe for Enjoyment.
Yeah?
I love that shit. Oh
Here it
God.
is.
No.
Szechuan sauce? No. I want Szechuan sauce. Where's my Szechuan sauce? I'm Kendall Rick. My beloved daughter. I'm Kendall Rick. 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 I'm Kendall Rick. Rick.
The guy's like, what? That kid's like crying.
I just like how everyone's kind of like going along
The
with
one
their
dude
day.
behind the counter kept working.
Yeah, like the one dude just handing the drink like, "Oh, not again." Ugh, it just makes me.
No, that's cringy.
I'm sure he did it to be like a viral video. I like to think.
Hopefully, he was wearing a fucking do-rag and
He probably thought it'd be so funny too. Like, this is gonna be hilarious if I like wine in his sauce. And no.
Well, and I think people forget too that like he obviously has an IQ of 140, obviously. But no, I think people forget like if you're like heavily into a community, whether it's like gaming or like TV or movies or like a Rick and Morty community, that still doesn't mean that the majority of the people in the world are into it.
Mm-hmm.
So going to like a random McDonald's, there might be one person that whole entire McDonald's who knows what you're doing.
Right.
The rest of the people are like, this is a fucking psychopath doing a McDonald's right now. Someone call the cops.
I don't know if I saw that guy doing it. I'm like, what? Did you see that?
So
I'd probably be laughing real hard.
So I watch Game of Thrones, like huge Game of Thrones fan.
Me too.
Yeah.
And there's this car decal that I wanted to get for the back of my car that says there's no cure for being a cunt.
That would be great.
And I was like, I would have to deal with my family and like all this other stuff, and like people would probably not get it. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it just come.
Be
I would just come
funny,
across
though.
yeah, right.
About to Amazon to find that one. I'm gonna buy it
Etsy.
for sure. Etsy.
Yeah, and it has Bronze face.
Oh,
on it
so
too.
good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about Game of Thrones for the last couple minutes.
I'm
Hell
down.
yeah.
Where do you think, like, in your eyes, I'm gonna ask you two ways. What do you want the finish to be, and what do you think the finishing is gonna be?
Well, first, I hate how everyone thinks it's going to be a fairy tale ending with
Oh.
Daenerys and Jon Snow. That's
Definitely not.
fucking, or have
No.
you watched the show?
Yeah.
Have you watched the other, like...
Did you
8
see
seasons? Are you
Rob
kidding me?
Stark's wife get stabbed in the stomach?
Like, are you kidding me?
It's not gonna happen.
I don't know, with everything that I've watched on YouTube, and I guess in the books, it kind of points to Jon Snow being the main character. So I think he's going to have, like... I don't know. I think that he's just going to be like, fuck the crown, I don't want it, I'm just going to stay in the north. That's where I was born.
Yeah.
Because it kind of like, in Bran's visions, like, King's Landing is burnt to the
Right.
ground. So I think that's going to come down. I think Daenerys is going to die. And I think Jon Snow's like, I want nothing to do with this, and just
leaves.
leaves. Yeah, but I think a shit ton of people are going to die.
I think so too. Like I think the list of people who are actually gonna survive that people care about is gonna be smaller
Jon Snow.
than the ones who die.
It's going to be like Jon Snow and
I think Arya will survive.
Arya will survive.
Yeah.
I don't know, that one quote where it's like, the lone wolf dies but the pack survives. I think since they're all together, I think all of them will do well. Especially in that I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like if you haven't seen it, it's like you're not gonna
That's
watch
your
it.
bad. Spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alerts!
We'll
Like
give you
when-
10 seconds.
There's a warning.
Okay, that was 10 seconds.
when like Sansa puts Peter Baelish on trial,
Mm.
and that just showed like, holy shit, they're like a team.
Right.
They're ready to fuck shit up.
That was my most hyped moment ever.
Yeah.
I was like screaming at the TV when she's like, Peter, and I'm like, yeah! Like, I thought she was gonna fucking kill Arya. I was like, oh, well, guess I'm not watching this show anymore.
Have you seen where they meshed, like, it's like a movie where they land on the moon or they like survive a mission and they're like all sitting like watching the screens, and then they like, she's like, Lord Baelish,
Yeah.
he kills him, they're like, yeah,
You're right.
fuck yeah.
But like, okay, so Not Delivery says about the Hound too. That's something that I have no idea where they're gonna go. Is with the
Hound in the mountain?
the god of fire or whatever.
Right.
Like, what is that whole deal? Because obviously that's the only religion in the show that's actually real, right?
Right.
Because I mean, brought back Jon Snow. It's brought back.
I don't know about that.
You don't think?
Because I think Jon warged in Ghost. And they say that they can do that, like, they can warg and then they can come back.
Interesting.
Too. I've read something about that. So I don't know if they wanted you to think that or,
Huh.
like, something like that.
When did they kill Ghost, though?
Ghost hasn't been dead.
He isn't?
Yeah, Ghost is...
No,
he's
he's
just
there.
not been in the season.
Yeah.
I thought that he...
No, he's been around.
Because it's like when everyone left and then you just see, like, Ghost walk by Jon Snow's body and it's like all of a sudden he comes back to life.
I thought there was a scene where after they killed Jon Snow, they had him in the pen, and it doesn't show him get killed, but they hear the dog noises.
No, he's been around. He was in like one of the last 2 episodes. Or last.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of something else.
And I just like how, like, because they've been saying throughout the whole series, like, because Maester Raymond is like, let the boy die and the man live or whatever. And if you see Jon, after he dies, he's just like a depressed piece of shit. And then,
Right.
like, once he almost gets trampled to death and he makes a choice, like, no, fuck, I'm going to live this through. It's kind of like, I think that's where he was reborn.
Right.
I don't know.
Do you think that they're gonna... Because, like, there's only gonna be, 4 episodes or something like that? And they're gonna be, 2 hours long?
Yeah.
It gets less and less every goddamn time.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of stuff that they don't hit on that I hope they do, because like they haven't really told us anything about warging, even though that's prominent, I believe, in the books.
Right.
They haven't. They haven't said anything about the Night King. Obviously, I mean,
who he is. Well, you know who he is, but like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah. Why did he? What's the babies?
Oh yeah.
Why was he taking babies from that dude?
I think probably to build an army.
Yeah.
Like a Night King army. But also, I heard a theory that there's not going to be a battle with the Long Night.
Really?
Because if you think about it, like, I don't know what you call them, like the White Walkers, they're like conscious and they make choices.
Right.
And so wouldn't they be civil enough to be like, hey, you can have this land, like, sorry we cut down some of your trees, but like, or maybe broker a peace deal or whatever.
Yeah.
Bargain.
I have an interesting thing too. I think that I always think Peter Dinklage, but his character Tyrion. I think he's gonna try and kill either Daenerys or Jon Snow. I think that he really, really liked Daenerys and wanted to be with her, and saw Jon Snow, you know,
right,
doing it with her, and like,
like
he looked like his facial expression. It looked like he was like super pissed off and jealous,
right.
Or maybe he thought like, oh,
this is gonna cause problems.
Every
time I go back to watch a series over again, I always skip over her storyline. I think she's a whiny conqueror, and I can't handle that. I think she's just turning into like the Mad King or whatever.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, all she is a conqueress.
Yeah,
oh,
for
absolutely.
Sure.
And
that,
so
I thought that for sure when she went and attacked on her dragons for like the first official time, I was like, oh, so she's just crazy.
Yeah, and where Tyrion's like, don't burn them like they're royal family, and she's like, no. Fuck them.
Yeah,
like,
fuck them.
It's like, oh my god.
Get in my way, motherfucker.
Where Jon like actually fights. Well, and he didn't want to be Lord of the Night's Watch. He didn't want to be King of the North, but like people love him and they're like, have it.
Do you think there's gonna be a fight between Daenerys and Jon when they find out that he's the actual rightful heir?
I think she'll be pissed off. I think he'll kind of be like, oh, it doesn't matter, but she'll be pissed off.
She'll be like, I'm the only one left.
He'll be like, oh, I've been a bastard like my whole life. Nothing changed. And she'll be like, no, like, fuck you.
I think it's.
And she'll like say, I'm Daenerys, whatever her fucking
break her chains. Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, how many times we got to hear your fucking title?
Right.
We know. Well,
I like that one scene where they were like introducing them to each other, and he's like, "This is Jon Snow."
Yeah.
King of the North.
Yeah, she's saying all her stuff. Yeah, this is
This is Jon Snow.
This is our boy right here.
JT said, I think this means Tyrion. He knows they are related. But does that really matter in the Game of Thrones?
Well, with their bloodline, no, because that was the thing, is like incest was like their family.
Right.
But I don't know. But how would Tyrion know though? Because I thought the only person who knows is
tell him?
No, they haven't told him yet. Because the only people who know are Bran and
Oh,
Sam.
Yeah.
I just like that moment too when they meet each other, and he's like, "I'm the three-eyed raven," and he's like, "Cool." Like, oh, what does that mean?
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Some people are thinking that Bran's gonna be the Night King. Bunch of fan theories, and I don't know. I feel like that is too much to tie into with only this little much of a show left.
Right.
Because like he can see everything, obviously, but why would he be controlling it?
And time travel is just too, and like, how is he like two people? Like, it's just too much.
I hope they. Well, I don't know. They've done a lot of cool stuff in the show, so maybe they can make it work. But I feel like that would be a weird route for them to just.
I think it would just ruin it a little bit. If they could pull it off, that would be awesome. But a lot of shows that try to do time travel, it's kind of just like, that's cheesy.
Well, they're on an interesting or they're put into an interesting situation right now, because if they can somehow manage to finish this show like in a way that everyone's like happy with, could be the best show in history.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, not happy with, but it's not stupid.
Right.
You know, because like it's probably got to be hard to finish a TV show like this, because like everyone loves these characters.
They just kill everyone.
I think that'd be crazy.
Just everyone dies.
Night King fucking wins, and like his face changes, and you see actually who it is, and it's just some random character from like the start of the show.
Right.
And it's like,
it's Ned. Oh
yeah.
my god. Oh my god.
What The other thing that I'm super pissed... Yeah, rip Hodor. Rip for sure. The one thing that I'm super pissed off is that he stopped talking about the Faceless God
Yeah.
and all their stuff. Because I'm pretty positive that he was Arya's teacher.
Mm-hmm.
A
lot of people
the
say
sword
that he's
dude.
Ned.
Yeah, a lot of people think he's Ned. Like...
There's so much shit.
God
There's so
damn.
much shit that can go. And, like, a lot of people say that Tyrion is actually a Targaryen. Have you heard that theory?
Mm-mm.
That, because, you know how Tyrion says, like, a dwarf is always a bastard in his dad's eyes or whatever?
Yeah.
And I can't remember his mom's name, the one that died. But apparently she had an affair with Aegon.
Oh shit.
And, like, she could have become pregnant, and that's why he really hated Tyrion. And,
It
like,
wasn't because he was a dwarf. It was
and-
because he was a bastard.
Yeah, it's because he was an actual bastard. And that's why the dragons, like, because the dragons like Targaryens, why when he released the dragons that they weren't like, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking interesting,
Yeah.
actually, because...
And there's 3 dragon riders, you know, so...
Do you think
Tyrion-
that maybe Tyrion knows that?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
And also, like, Tywin was all about family, and to, like, just kill this bastard, like, you know, or...
Obviously, yeah. It's
You can't do that, like, family is family.
probably, yeah, it's probably a deeper-rooted problem.
Right. And Cersei being pregnant...
All I hope
Oh, God!
is Jaime fucking kills her. That would make me super
It's
happy.
It's supposed to be one of the brothers, and
Yeah.
he's technically younger,
Yeah.
so...
And, man.
Well, how he left, you know, like, in tears, like, fuck you, kind
And
of
then
thing.
turns around and starts making out with Brianna Tarth.
Oh, God, yeah!
Sold me.
That'd be wonderful.
Hey, what up, Salty? And Savage.
You guys came right at the end.
I hope the last season we get Guy Fieri as a guest star.
Oh my god.
I want Ed Sheeran back singing.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That was so weird.
I'm sure half of the people were like, who the fuck is that? Like,
Conor McGregor's supposed to be in this last season.
as, like, a wildling?
I don't know.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
What if he's the Night King?
Oh,
Connor
God.
He
takes
starts-
off his mask.
He finally talks and he's like, who the fuck is this guy? And it's just like, he's pointing at like Tyrion. It's
Well,
like,
then John takes off his mask, and he's like Mayweather.
right? They
Round 2,
they
bitches.
just end the show. It's like, oh,
It just goes right into a pay-per-view match.
right.
God.
Fook the Night King, right? Because in my eyes, Game of Thrones is my favorite show.
For sure.
And I don't know.
I really like, because you know how, like, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, like, Star Wars, it's either black or white,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Game of Thrones, it's, like, kind of that first experience where it's, like, you don't really know who's who or, like,
Right.
what side they're on.
My favorite experience through all of watching Game of Thrones. So he was never really into it, and he got into it, like 6 months ago?
Yeah.
And it was the first time he ever watched it, and, like, you went in pretty much spoiler-free for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Like, besides probably...
Besides Jon Snow, I knew.
Yeah.
But
So he's texting me right when the Red Wedding happened. He's like, I don't think I'm watching this show anymore.
Yeah. You get pretty pissed off because how far, like, Robb Stark comes and it's like, God damn it.
That was
Frey.
the biggest shock of a TV show that's ever happened to me.
I
yeah.
had that spoiled.
Ah.
And I had that and Jon Snow.
That
spoiled.
sucks.
So I was like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Because I was watching when the Jon Snow thing... So I didn't watch the first... when did Jon Snow die? 4th season?
it was like the end of the 5th.
Yeah.
End of the 5th. So I didn't watch the first 3 live, and then I caught back up and watched the 4th and so on live. So when Jon Snow died on the 5th one, I was like, wait a minute. There's just no more episodes in this season? Like,
Right.
you had to wait a whole fucking year or whatever it was?
I seriously, like, I found out later that he was, like, resurrected, but I was like, I don't think I can watch this anymore. Like, he was my favorite, like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay, well, here's a good question. Top 3 favorite, top 3 hate.
Jon Snow, Tyrion, Arya. Oh, but I like the Hound, because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
That's hard. It's a,
And I like Bronn a lot.
oh yeah, Bronn too.
Yeah, Bronn's a great one. It's tough for me because like Jon is my favorite too, and I think Arya and either Bronn or the Hound.
My fiance hates it when I say that I like Jaime because he's like, he still raped someone and he was still an asshole and like, but it's like he turned out and he's like, so if someone like raped someone and then like became a good person, would you like them? It's like,
He's the comeback story we needed, though.
I know, I like him too.
I,
so.
I like him too. Yeah.
It's hard to. He like makes good points, and it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, he was an awful person, but you know what? He's doing
He's
okay
trying.
now.
But yeah.
Who do you hate the most, though? Cersei's obviously.
Cersei.
She's just a.
She's number. I don't like Dany. I'm sorry.
I'm not a big fan.
I don't. She's a whiny little baby. Don't.
I liked the. I liked the idea at the start of her character, but then it just got so repetitive.
Right.
And I was like, eh.
She's a conqueress. She's nothing more than a conqueress. So.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not my favorite.
Like, cool, you got dragons.
Yeah.
That's all you have going for you. That's like the whole storyline. It's like, oh, you have dragons, we're on your side.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have dragons, cool. Like, that's all she has going for her. And she's already lost one.
Right. Yeah, she lost one pretty easily, too.
Right. I'm trying to think of other hated characters. Peter Baelish, I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah,
He
he's a
sucked.
scumbag. Do you think, God, I've been out of Game of Thrones since last season, so I forgot names. The Munich dude. Varys, yeah. Do you think he's going to play any more roles?
He's been so out of this season.
Yeah.
It's like, but I liked him too.
Because he was like Peter, but like a version that wasn't shitty.
Hey, thanks for host.
Hey, thank you for the host, Steel City.
Oh, that was interesting.
Right?
Not Delivery said his favorite is Hound.
Oberyn.
Yeah, Oberyn. Night King, most hated Red Witch, and Daenerys.
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Still? Yeah, the Red Witch is a fucking...
She's weird.
It killed my vibe really hard when she took off the necklace. I was like...
No way, that made her way better.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, everyone's been fucking this old bitch.
Right?
Plot twist.
Yeah.
Or Forrest is sitting over the granny fetish.
It's like the mythical catfish right there.
Got him good.
I just don't get her character. Because they haven't gave us any backstory, really. Like, how did she birth out a demon death shadow?
She's a witch. I think that's what they're trying to say with
Yeah.
But like...
But does she serve the flames, or is it just like...
blood magic.
Is she
and
just...
shadow magic. I don't, like, yeah.
Ugh. They did some messed up, or they messed up in some of the whatchamacallit with...
I thought you were going to say they did some messed up stuff. I was like, yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
did.
The whole show.
But with the necklace, did you see those little, like... There's, like, scenes where she doesn't have the necklace, but she's still her
Yeah.
young self. I was like...
I'm wondering, I don't know
She
if
had
it's
it in
a
her
necklace, or if it's just like she
Potion
decides
or-
to
Huh.
not look like that. Like she's just a shapeshifter or whatever, and
Yeah.
she's like, I don't want to look like this right now.
I thought that was a weird twist. I guess it does kind of make you like, oh, maybe
she's a witch.
Yeah, like, oh, she might be like way more powerful.
Yeah.
Because I guess like seeing like a young, beautiful woman like as a witch, you're like, oh, maybe she's not like a powerful witch, but she has power. But anytime you associate like a witch with like an old lady, you're like, she knows some shit.
She knows some shit.
She's been around the block.
She's seen some shit.
I just want to know if she's been involved in like multiple of these human versus White Walker wars. Like, how old is she actually?
Yeah.
Like, is she just 80, or is she like, you know,
Thousands of years old.
8,000?
Yeah.
You know?
She's been forever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Digging the new layout.
Yeah,
Thank you, Still City.
Appreciate it.
We can thank Euphoric for that one.
Our
Did
Aussie
it.
guy.
Yeah, we got a dude from Australia that makes graphic designs.
Oh, that's cool.
He made us a little background drop. So,
That's nice.
Yeah.
is there any other TV shows that you enjoy besides Game of Thrones? It's like a serious show.
24.
Never watched 24.
My dad loved
It's
24.
interesting. It's really
Yeah.
good. We actually have just been watching it again because I watched it when I was like junior high school, and it's like, oh, let's watch it again.
Right.
But it's like every episode is just an hour of this guy's day, and he's like an agent, counter-terrorist unit. It's
Right.
actually really good. I enjoy it.
I've always wanted to watch it, but I kind of forgot about it.
Right.
Have
It's
you
good.
watched Westworld?
That's a show that everyone's telling me to watch because it's like Game of Thrones and in a way, but like Western and futuristic kind of.
I really liked it so I really like shows that are hard to predict. It's like why I really like Game of Thrones, because it's like I've
Good
tried
luck.
to predict every season, like, oh, I think this is gonna happen. I'm like, oh, I was way off.
Well, I already had Westworld spoiled for me.
Oh, really?
I have a friend that was like, "Oh, you gotta watch Westworld," but this happens, and you're like,
Well, fuck.
What?
You could probably still watch it. What did he? Have you seen it?
I know who the bad
I know
guy
all
is.
this stuff.
Know who what?
The bad guy is.
Okay. Well, because I want to ask, like...
I don't know his name. I just know what he looks like, and I know he was in, like, he's the actor. Well, the older Clockwork Orange guy.
Clockwork Orange. Oh, yeah. Hannibal, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So knowing that doesn't change anything.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Because, like, that's definitely, like, a spoiler for sure, and it's,
Right.
like, one of those things that's, like, a big payoff when it happens. Well, it's not even that big of a payoff when it happens, but, like, you're like, oh, shit.
Right.
But that's definitely not, like,
Real, like,
I would say that's, like, 10% of what's going on to the
Okay.
rest of the story.
yeah.
It's really weird, though, because it's just one of those shows, like, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. He's one of those guys where when Game of Thrones, like, the last season was out, and you find out Cersei's pregnant, like, his brother-in-law hadn't seen that episode, and he's like, yeah, Cersei's pregnant. You're like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god, you asshole.
Oh, not delivery said not the same person? Clockwork Orange.
Hey, thanks, Still City. Appreciate it.
Have a good night, Still City. Take it easy. I kind of forgot what Clockwork Orange is.
I thought it was the same guy. Yeah, what's his name? He plays bad guys in a lot of things, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
At least that's who I thought it was.
One of them bad folks.
Right?
Let's see.
It's... Oh, no. The movie. You sillies. There's a Hannibal TV show?
They're what?
There's
Yeah,
a Hannibal...
Anthony Hopkins. I know he plays like a little.
Yeah.
Bit. Maybe he's not in.
That's what Austin said. Yeah, you talking about Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah.
Maybe I was thinking of someone else, but basically famous bad guy.
Or Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show's just... I recommend it if you like kind of the science fiction, like suspenseful thrillers. Like you're like, oh, I don't know,
Right.
because there's some scenes in it where it's like loops, and you're like, oh, this is kind of trippy.
Right.
I would you guys do that? So like the whole idea is like there's a place you can go where there's AI that are you wouldn't be able to tell they're AI.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go do something like that? Like go hang out, like
Hell yeah.
go adventure?
Well, how do you know that that's not this situation?
See, stuff like that. That's the stuff that fucks my brain because it's.
I've heard theories that like we're just like The Sims.
Yeah.
Like someone's like, oh, you need to eat. You need to do that. We're just a simulation. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
No.
I'm experiencing shit. That's fine with me.
Right? The whole idea, like I think it was Elon Musk lately, he's like, we created the Sims, so how why is it so far fetched that someone didn't create us and we're the Sims? And I'm like don't say stuff like that.
I saw someone like tag Elon Musk in like a tweet, and it's like, don't worry about robots taking over the world, we can just throw water in them. And then Elon Musk replies and he's like, holy shit, you're right.
Looking for a job? You're the type of brilliant mind we
Right.
need. Well, we can call it then. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
going pretty late.
Yeah,
Thank you
guys.
for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you have any social medias you want us to put on here for people to check out? If it
I don't know.
not
I don't really post anything.
No.
I'm an interesting person, I think, but I don't.
yeah.
So
We always ask because some people like if they have something they're like building or
I'll just give my mother a shout out.
yeah.
She's probably
Shout outs to the
watching this.
moms.
Love you, Mom.
She watches this later.
It's like,
Hey, fun. Thanks.
Probably like, oh God, she believes in all that.
But yeah, everyone watching, thanks for tuning in. We'll probably be back a little later, play some games or something. But yeah, if you guys want to follow any of our social media or subscribe on YouTube, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, scroll down and just do it.
Yeah, everything's on this
Do it
page.
for the vine.
But yeah, goodbye, guys.